Bust up.
Booty cheeks.
Oh, greasy on my forehead. Here we go. Powder up my T-grid, son.
Oh, it's like you went away and came back from college.
What up, fam? Oh, see, Jake the Snake's up in here, Glenn Hefner, Becky Burke, wow.
Burke.
Who else in here? Baker's Odyssey, nice. David Immortal. Who else? That's it. That's all we got. T Getz. Oh, T Getz is looking here. What's up?
Yeah, Mr. Getz. Welcome, guys. And if you guys can't tell who this is next to me, and if you're new Gin Amigos fans, so we got like two of those, this is Kevin, Mr. Vape Malone. If you missed all this, back in the day, Kevin had the Amigo show with him, Adam, and Chuck No Nuts on his channel. And before we put this all together, then we put this together, and then Kevin went off to college and got a new haircut.
Fresh to death, though.
Yeah, that fade. See, like, you can rock that fade. I can't because I have that weird shaped head, so I have to go all the way up.
It's okay, man. Like, I got a weird shaped head, but it's in the back, so you can't see it on camera.
And if that's on a camera, that's probably a porno that you probably should have released.
I don't have, like, full-blown hot dog neck yet, but it's getting close, dude. I need to lose some weight. Like, head weight. How do you lose weight on your head, though? Like, I want to know.
Haven't you seen the guy in the gym? He puts, like, the strap on his head, and he hangs the weight, and he's like...
Oh, yeah. Like,
that's what I'm assuming. That's good for that or blowjobs. Either way, it's a win.
I was going to say that looked like a good blowjob exercise, but, you know, whatever. So we got Jimmy James up in here.
Oh, yeah.
I missed everybody, too. So it's been a crazy, like, ever since I've been gone, it's been pretty crazy. Yeah, so, I mean, the world can never have enough, Becky. So, yeah, give the whole world one. Give the whole world an mouth hug, for sure.
Hot dogs, yeah, dude. I ate 2 gas station hot dogs before the show, so I wouldn't get too drunk right away. Psych! Jokes on those hot dogs. I drink a lot.
So basically, like, the back of my head is not, like, a full-blown, like, Costco jumbo frank yet. It's like a Heber National at this point. You know, it's just kind of thin, you know.
You got the athletic hot dogs. The ones that would do track and field.
Yeah, he totally would win. Yeah. Like, if there was a race,
yeah,
where they were, like, scared of buns or something, he would not scared of buns.
Jesus Christ. Kevin Malone, everybody. But by the way, let's start it off right, old school style. What are you fucking vaping on?
I feel like the last, like, shows that I've done, I've used the same thing. I hate to keep, like, doing it, but I haven't broke any of my vape stuff out. I just kind of, like, am still in travel mode a little bit. I haven't unpacked everything yet because I don't have a spot for it all.
Yeah.
But I'm still using the double barrel snow camo.
Nice.
With the Kennedy 25 on top with that black matte cap. Breeze Tones coils are now inside.
Ooh.
That other set finally burnt out on me. Started getting red. And what else? Oh, juice. Yeah, juice.
That's juice.
Some of my Princess Peach Fuzz. I changed up the formula a little bit, so now, before I was using like a peach flavor, like a juicy peach flavor. Now I mixed that with a peach gummy from Flavora. So much better.
Yeah?
Now it tastes like a strawberry candy, peach gummy candy kind of mixture.
That sounds pretty bomb.
It is. I usually put dragon fruit in there, so I had to sub something else in there, and it actually worked out pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, my bad. Shout out to Flavora, though, like, seriously, like, I've been using their flavor. They sent me, like, a bunch of their samples, and I've made, like, custards with them. What's up, Kathy?
Yo, Kathy.
Custards. I got some of the candy flavors and the fruit flavors, and they're all super good so far.
Dude, that's bitchin'. Yeah, and if any of you didn't know, Kevin makes some pretty bomb juice.
I do. I was supposed to like make some for people back in the day. I said I would on Instagram, and then I never got around to it. That's my fault. Life happened, basically.
Speaking of life, we've only got Kevin for an hour tonight, guys. He's actually got to go to work, so shout out to him for coming on. But we're gonna get into a little bit about what Kevin's been up to, and then yeah. By the way, I guess I didn't do my buffet. I had to go get a new topside because I broke the last one, but this one's gold and it matches my gold goat.
Yeah, that's the like splatter kind of.
Yeah, and it's not stab wood or anything fancy like that, so like I can fuck it up.
Yeah, that's nice though. I like that with the gold. What's on top there? Is it
the GOAT, the goat.
Oh, nice.
My camera, I paid nothing for it, so it doesn't focus that well. But
That's okay.
But yeah, the goat. And then as always. But yeah, man. So obviously you don't have to get too deep into it, but you're up in Washington,
Oregon.
Oregon,
Yeah.
Alabama. I
Oh.
know things.
What do you? Well, to continue the buffet, we'll start with you. But what are you drinking on?
Oh, well, I had to go classy trashy with my PBR shot, the Becky Buck Wild.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then I did have some shots of gin. And I've been smoking.
Gin. Gin.
Gin. Yes,
Oh.
sir.
Okay.
Some Seagram's gin. It's nothing fancy.
A vermouth.
Gin and triple sec.
I'll have a stiff vermouth, please.
I'll have a vodka rocks. Hold the vodka. No.
Hold the bottle while I drink out of it. So I actually got a local brew here.
Oh, nice.
So
Wakanda forever. Oh, sorry.
yeah, dude, straight up. When I saw it, I was like, I did the whole thing in the store. I was like, Wakanda forever, bro, because I thought that's what it said, but it's Kiwanda.
Okay.
Kiwanda, but that's the name of the beer. But the company that makes it is a local Oregon company, Pelican Brewing, and dude, this is a pre-prohibition cream ale. So I don't know, probably know. I don't think anybody knows really, but I really love like ales. So they're my favorite. Coffee ales, dark ales, light ales, like doesn't matter. But this is actually like a super smooth dark ale.
No.
So if you like the darker ales, this is definitely one. And it's got a good flavor to it, and then like kind of like a creamy finish.
Nice.
So nice.
That sounds bomb. I was actually thinking about maybe going IPA tonight, but then I was like, oh, I want to drink 42 of these in like 45 minutes. So
I'll try to bring on, if we're gonna keep doing more of these, which I don't know. It's up to the fans if they want to see more of my face on here. But
dude, I don't know if you've noticed, but you're like the most missed thing. They're like, oh, it's Vandal again. Oh, it's Chuck again. They're like, oh, where's Kevin? So yeah, shout Steven Sardin here.
yeah,
Mr. Glenn Hefner. He got his wrench today, by the way. I gave it to him.
keep that red chat strong, bro. Yeah, there's this local company called Hop Valley. So I've already tried like 3 local breweries so far. Hop Valley is a really good one. Basically, they do all kinds of beers, but they just like put a shit ton of hops in it. So if you like hops,
Yeah.
you'll like any of their stuff pretty much. This is good flavor, but I think they did like they have this one called the Blonde. And it's a seasonal ale, I believe. So good. I'll try to get some of that for the tab on the show. But we also had what was the other one? I'm trying to think of. It's like I don't know. It was a local cider company, and we went to the farmers market out here, and man, super bomb cider.
Yeah.
It'll get you drunk.
You should definitely, like, since you're like more active with the internet now, with the Amigo stuff, do like a beer tasting with Kevin.
For sure. I'm not like a huge beer guy, but like when I have like I like good beers and I like trying like local stuff. So I think it'll be cool to put the spotlight on some of those local companies. And I'm pretty sure you can find Hop Valley other places because they're pretty big, but it's really good stuff. What was I gonna say? I was looking at everybody's setup, so don't think I wasn't looking at chat. I got chat open, but the last one I saw, somebody had a Serpent Elevate rocking. Oh yeah, it was David. He's got some DIY caramel cookie. That sounds delicious. Jimmy's got the Peacemaker XL. I still want to try that thing, man. Still, I need to get one for my double barrel. And oh yeah, he's rocking that Jackaroo. Becky Buckwell got her K-Fun Prime with Dragon Shake. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. And what's up? What else? What else we got here? And some other people got some. I don't know. Somebody put something new, so it like scrolls down to the bottom. My bad.
I'm just doing our
top 5 duel with Muse RDA. Coffee liquid. Okay, coffee. That sounds pretty basic, but I'm sure it's good.
I'm just doing the obligatory boomerang.
Oh, so the story. Does anybody want to hear the story or what?
Yes.
Okay. Is that why we're here?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I was not very happy at my last job, so I decided to put in like 2 weeks. They let me go that day, unfortunately. And then so I was like, fuck, what do I do? And then so I just started like putting in applications. I put 2 applications to places out in Oregon because my wife has her dad lives out here, so we were like, hey, you know, maybe he would like let us stay with him for a little bit, and maybe we could find a job out there. So I was like, that's it. I put in 2 applications out here, and then I put in 23 applications in Las Vegas.
Back here, yeah.
The first people were the first 2 that I put in Oregon. So actually, they were staggered. I did get hit up by one place in Oregon, and I didn't make it all the way through, which was, you know, kind of a good thing, as it turns out. But anyways, sorry. What's that? Oh yeah, sorry. So yeah, so you know what's just really fucked up though is like by the time Governor Cuomo's hair gel, hell yeah, thanks for joining. Bro.
Hey Kumo, nice that your chick left you after you banned vape. She's out there getting banged out by a dude that does Mango Jewel.
Yeah, fuck that guy. But his hair gel is dope. You know what I'm saying? So anyways. Like I started, I got hit up by the second place that I put in an application for, and it was a super long process. So by the time like we got towards the end of the process and I was about ready to get the job, then only then one of the places like came back like serious from Vegas, and I was just like, I just took it as a sign, dude.
Yeah.
And I was getting tired of Vegas. You know what's up. You're Vape made, so it's just getting too crazy out there. So I didn't like the desert and all that shit. I wanted to change the pace. So I'm actually working at Wayfair, the furniture company, the online furniture store.
And if you guys don't know Wayfair, and like this is shameless plug because Kevin works there, and I bought stuff from bitchin' ass furniture, and they do nice ass stuff, and Kevin's over there killing it with them. So congrats to Kevin on that one.
Yeah. So I got a lead position in the large parcel, basically all the big stuff like that's too big to fit on FedEx and UPS. That's what we deal with. We help those customers out. And then
Pallet shipping.
Dude, it was kind of a shit show to move out here, but we got out here. I had a week to move once I got back from training, and then we packed up all our stuff and got rid of like almost everything. There's a gnat flying around me right now.
A gnat.
Stupid ass gnat. And then, is anybody bored yet, or?
No, man.
Okay, is anybody need to take a piss break, or?
Nah. So we call them Vandal breaks now. If you haven't watched anything lately, we had Dimitri on, Vape and Greek. And he was on, and it was like we were having a very serious show. And I was like, all right, later, dudes, I got to go pee. I'll be right back. And then he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. He's like, it's a great show, except for Vandal going pee. So now we call it the Vandal break.
Funny. So anyways, Yeah, moving out here was a shit show because her dad lived an hour and like 15 minutes away from where we would be working. My wife, uh, my wife got a job at the same place, which was like super lucky, dude. I don't know how the fuck
That's
that
bitchin', man.
Yeah, so um, she applied after I did. It looked like I might get the job. She was like, "Fuck it, I'll try." Like looking at her, you know. And then, so we moved out there. This place called Roseburg, Oregon, and it's kind of like he lives kind of out in the boonies. And that's when the last time I came on the show, I came on the Monday night show.
Yeah.
That's where I was outside and it was all the trees and, you know, just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. We were talking about the postman with the fucking magnet on the side of it.
And if you guys haven't seen Kevin's Instagram at Vape Malone, and he took the picture, if you saw the graphic for tonight's show, or I stole it from, and we put it on there, and Kevin's out there in the boonies, but it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, man! It's so nice out there. We're gonna go visit next weekend. But yeah, dude, I was chopping wood and shit. I was like, man, I'm finally putting this beard to work, brother. This is what a beard was made for. Dude, like 2 hours straight just chopping. It was oak. It was a big oak tree that they had come down, and he had like, you know, cut it all up into cords. He cut all the cords up basically, and man. Dude, if you want a real workout, just chop some fucking wood. Oh, I'll repeat that. If you want a real workout, chop some fucking wood. Because that shit is rough, bro. But it's cool. I did it a couple times while I was out there. We did a couple files, and it was really cool. Like, I never split wood before.
Especially it's hardwood, isn't it? So it's like a little bit rougher to break up.
Dude, that shit is so big. Some of them weren't like super dry, so I would have to fucking go and get like a precision hit on it.
You're lining up your cursor.
He would have to hit it with this giant fucking sledgehammer to fucking get through it. Dude. It was so crazy. And then we lived out there for like a week or two, like 2 weeks, and then we found a place in Eugene, Oregon.
I got a buddy that lives in Eugene.
Yeah.
He goes, he's trying to get me to go to his LARPing events, and I might fly up there for that, so if I do, I'll let you know.
Dude, I bet they're dope, because it's like, even though it's city here, there's still so many trees. I don't know if you guys, yeah, Vapors Odyssey knows what's up. Oak is like some hard ass shit. Like even the super dry pieces were tough as shit to split, man. And then if they have like a knot or something in the middle of them, dude.
Oh, so it holds your fucking axe, and then you use the one-sided axe, like you said. So you probably got to come in with the fucking sledge and break it through.
Some of them I was able to like pick it up and then slam it back down a couple times, and it would split, but. Yeah, it was crazy. So I've lost a lot of weight actually since I've been here. Just like doing that shit, and then like all the moving like back and forth because we had to get a like a storage unit out there, and then we had to move all of our shit to the new place with the storage unit. It's crazy. And then it was like fucking jumping through hoops just to get the place we're living in now, and then we didn't have internet for like 2 fucking weeks here. So I was like, bro, there's no way I could even jump on the show. Like,
yeah. You can't even watch nothing if you wanted to. You can't even play your Clash of Clans, you know? Like.
Dude, I couldn't do shit, bro. Like, we went to the Goodwill, and I got a book. Reading a book, bro.
You bought a book, man. Yeah, that's when you know you're roughing it in modern society, and you're like, "Fuck, I had to go buy a book."
Bro, I had to fucking buy a book. I didn't even know they still made those. You want to know the? All right.
What's the book though? Now I need to know. What's the book?
Oh, it's the Zodiac. So it's.
Man, I suspected something weird.
Yeah, well, it is kind of weird, but.
Well, yeah, but you know, I was talking like weirdo butthole tentacles, whatever. Anyway, sorry.
Oh yeah, they didn't have that kind of stuff there, unfortunately. But I would have totally gotten one of those books. That would have been a little. I don't know. That would have been a little bit more on the edge of my seat.
Well, it's the Zodiac.
But yeah, so the Zodiac, it was like written by the guy that was in the. He was like the cartoonist for the first newspaper that he sent the letters to or whatever, and then he kind of like he's a fucking investigative journalist all of a sudden. But whatever, it's pretty good.
Nice, man.
Hey, Jake reads books.
Yeah, Jake, we're just messing, dude. I read books all the time. They come in my vape packages. No.
Hey, you're fucking, yeah, dude. You're fucking,
No.
You're on the right track, dude. You know, because, yeah, there was no pictures of boobs or nothing in that book. I was kind of disappointed. Like, I only spent $3 on it, so.
That's not bad, $3.
I mean, if I spent $6, I'd definitely want some boobs in it, but, just saying. But,
Yeah, by the way, in the chat real fast, Thomas Crow, father-in-law passed. They need some help with the funeral funds. And if you guys have watched the video with T. Crow, awesome dude, awesome family. And go ahead, drop your GoFundMe in the chat, man.
Yeah, do it. Spam it, bro.
Yeah.
Shit. Do it.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man. Sorry.
I've only,
Sorry
yeah.
to go through that, man.
And condolences, and I'm not good at consoling people, so sorry. But
Me neither. I always feel like I sound like a dick when I'm like trying to like what do you say, dude? Like you try to say like like you just end up saying what everybody else says and it doesn't feel genuine, you know? But trust me, it is, bro.
Yeah. So if you guys can help out Thomas with that, awesome dude, awesome family. I'm sure they helped make him. So go ahead and throw that in there.
Cool things about Oregon. Yeah, that's so. I found this really funny meme that's super accurate. It says, "If you don't like the weather in Oregon, wait 10 minutes." That's fucking 100% accurate, dude. 10 out.
Because it's like what, rainy, and then you guys have 5,000% humidity, and then it's sunny, and then it's hot, right?
No, dude, the humidity is not even that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd imagine with it being kind of like a forest.
It's, in the summer it gets a little bit sweaty when it gets up like in the 80s and above, but it doesn't get that hot though, dude. Like even when it got up like into the 90s, it's only there for like an hour or two and then it's gone.
And plus, like you said, it's all trees, so you're mostly shade, yeah?
Yeah. And I mean, I said the only thing that sucks is you definitely don't get as much sunshine here, so break out that fucking Costco-sized bottle of vitamin D supplement because you don't need it.
Actually, I got my first physical like 2 years ago, and they told me I needed more vitamin D, and I laughed thinking like, haha, it was a joke, but it wasn't. Anyway, sorry.
The people here are really fucking nice for some reason, dude. I'm like, they're like people that'll like let you go in front of them and shit, and like when you're sitting in traffic, they'll like actually let you
like wave you in.
Yeah, and you're just like, and then like the first day we got here, the neighbors were driving by and they waved at us, and we were like, "Hi, I guess." You gonna fucking come jack our shit later or what?
Especially because you're from Vegas too. When you move there. You're living in Vegas for a while, and it's like in Vegas, like you never see that. You never see at anything. It's usually that's the only thing that comes out of a window. Yeah. Or maybe sometimes a pistol, but
Yeah. I did get fucking finger guns pointed at me since I've been here. I accidentally got caught in the middle of an intersection, and I found the one angry Oregonian. So, yeah. I wasn't scared though. I'm like, motherfucker, I got a gun too. What the fuck? Go ahead.
Hey Thomas, real quick. He says that it won't let it put it, so I'm gonna give you moderator controls, and you should be able to do it right there. So try it now, T Crow, and go ahead and toss it in.
Yeah, try it one more time before you.
Yeah, try it in there. Like I said, it's hard for me to sound like I'm sincere with consoling, but there's only been a few things I've donated money to. One was for T Crow's thing, and another one was for another friend's thing. So honestly, GoFundMe is a great source, and it's for an awesome person. So if you guys can, throw it out there. Shane is in the chat. Mr. Shane Beekman, by the way.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Day one, homie. If you guys don't know, Kevin's the one that actually got me doing YouTube live videos. Kevin's the one that not made me, but got me onto this.
What the fuck?
He had it weird. I was sewn to another guy's asshole and I was eating his poop. No.
Yeah.
But, no, Kevin's the reason why I'm a part of this vape community on YouTube and stuff like that. So, big shout out to Kevin. I'm going to totally suck your vitamin D tonight. So.
Yeah, so I don't know what else is cool. There's tons of fucking parks here, and dude, the trees are starting to change color. I don't know if anybody sees my Instagram post, but I just made one with that tree that was changing colors, like it was lighting up like blood red. It looks so cool, man.
And I'm a little envious, man, because you got beautiful nature out there, and you know, like you know what I do with my photos. It's all nature stuff, you know.
Exactly, dude. You fucking have a field day out here, bro. Especially in the fall. Right now is the time to take those pictures. And we were walking through the park. We went to Skinner Butt Park.
But
yeah,
Skinner.
But we call it Butt. Skinner Butt Park, and they do butt stuff under the trees. But anyways. We were walking and like the leaves were, some of the red leaves were on the ground, and I was like, who the fuck came over here, bought a fucking bunch of 99-cent fucking leaves and put all these fake ass leaves on the ground? That shit does not look real, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That shit does not look real.
It looks like when you go to like a Marshall's or something like that, and they have the pictures of the leaves, but then when you look closer, it looks like a Windows desktop.
Yeah, dude. Fucking straight up, dude. They look fake, dude. I had to pick one up because I was like, this shit looks fake, bro. Like, you expect to see the little glue line on the fucking back of the stem. Fuck, dude.
Looking like you're in a Marshall. I mean, was it Michael's? And they have all the flowers and the leaves and stuff.
Exactly, dude. The fucking the floristry, the fake floristry section. Yeah, like you don't have a green thumb? Go to that fucking section. You'll be set. Ooh. Oh, look at those swizzle sticks.
Ooh. So, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, so they're putting the boob, like I don't know what you call that. Emojis? They're not emojis. Whatever. Blah blah blah. But I remember the first time I was ever on the internet back when AOL used to send the floppy disks and the CDs. So I had one of those, and I was like, all right, fuck it. And like my parents at the time were like super strict. If you guys didn't know, I kind of sort of grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. I used to give speeches in a church. Imagine that. Anyways, I had a 286 computer, and that thing's an old fucking piece of crap. And I used to get the disc all the time, and then when the parents were out of the house, or trailer, I guess you'd say, I'd plug it into the phone line, put the free AOL disc in, and hit chat rooms, like, oh my god, I'm so cool, I'm on the internet. And then so I would go on there, and people would type LOL in the chat, and I'm talking like 1997, so like this is a long time ago. I always thought it meant like a face with a big fat clown nose going like... So yeah, I have grown since then, if you couldn't tell. And a shout out to Adams in the chat.
Where? Oh shit, there he is. What's up, dude?
Mr. Breeze Tones. If you didn't see it, Adam, Kevin has your coils in his device.
Well, you can't see them, but they're in here. They're in the canopy.
They're in here too. Okay.
Complete now.
Have a good night, Jake, man. Hang out with your homies. Hope you have a good one. Kick some ass. Light some dragons on fire.
Or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just super nice here, dude. It's fucking... It's dope. It's everything that I could hope for, Like, and it's what I wanted. I wanted to change, and the fucking... My shillelagh has never been moister, and, it's just... You gotta be careful, though, You can't be going, like, forever in between showers out here. You get swamp ass real quick. It's a real thing.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go through it.
Tell if somebody hasn't had a shower in like 3 days. What's up, Slave for Red?
Boom.
Love that guy. Anybody in the chat, go check out Slave for Red reviews. That guy does some cool reviews, and he always plays some awesome music too. And yeah, swamp ass is definitely a thing out here, man. So
It kind of reminds me of, well, it doesn't remind me, obviously, because I haven't been there, but it sounds like when I was in South Carolina, that place was kind of like what you said. The weather changes every so often, like real quick, and then you get swamp ass all the time.
dude, that's like that place is more like swamp dick. But I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Shane. Yeah, Shane, I already talked about it earlier, but since you're here, 420, blaze it. I'm a 13-year-old on Xbox.
Oh, dude.
Weed prices where you're at.
That stuff, dude. Okay, so you're familiar with the like the cart prices out there, I'm sure, right? 'Cause I know you roll with them carts.
70 to 90, depending on what you get.
Right. So half gram distillate, 90 something percent, $27.
Ow, I just got myself a Charlie horse. Anyways, I gotta sit like this for the rest of the show.
I didn't bring it. It's like right over here on the, like, I'm in my like dining area. You can't tell it's very shit for furniture over here yet, but oh, can you grab it? Can you grab that one?
What's up to Joey in the chat? What's up, bro? Thanks for coming by.
A little meat smoker right here.
The meat where it hides the cartridge in it.
Yeah. So I don't really get crazy, but yeah, half gram.
So half gram's $27 though. That's what these kids with the vitamin C acetate are paying.
But it's like, yeah, dude, for real. It's like, but it's it's distillate too, so
It's super bitchin'. Yeah, that's pretty bomb, man. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to you before we went live. My buddy Sean Snorkel lives. Well, his Xbox name's Snorkel, but his real name's Sean, so I call him Sean Snorkel. Anyways, he was telling me about like you can get an ounce of like flour up there for like $80 because there's so much. It's oversaturated with the market.
Yeah.
And so if it's a $27 cart of a half gram, I can already tell you right there, even at a full gram being $50, is significantly cheaper than anywhere else where weed is recreationally legal.
Okay, so get this too. There's these shops called Mota, something Mota, just Mota.
Mota, smoke with a mota.
Yeah, so their special thing is $2 grams of flour. $2.
Shut the hell up.
$2. That's their thing. It's not like the best stuff in the world, but still, how can you beat that?
Even so, like $2 for a gram, like, cause I remember, like, I was talking about this with somebody the other day, and you're old enough to know, I'm 32, you're around, like, within a 5-year range. Back in the day, you would pay.
I'm 4 years older than you, man.
Man, I was trying to, like, beef you up, man. No.
Be older than I am?
No, I said younger.
Oh, no, I'm 2 years older than you.
I know, but so then you remember back in the day, you would buy dirt ass brown weed, and you'd pay like $40 for maybe like a quarter, and then that shit had so many stems and fucking seeds in it. It looked like it was a dried out old like Taco Bell taco.
Yep.
And like nowadays,
going through it.
yeah, and the back in the day, I don't know if you remember this, but me personally, I remember, and when the clear joint wraps came out. And everyone thought that was the coolest shit ever, but all I remember now is just looking down at this dirty, dirt brown weed with a fucking stem in it that looked like a dried out tomato plant in your backyard, thinking, man, shit's changed.
Shit has done changed. That's what I always say, like, because I was, when I was a kid, I used to smoke a lot when I was younger. I don't smoke that much anymore. I pretty much just use it so I can sleep good at night, because I don't fucking sleep good. And I'm glad that it's legal now, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And people are really starting to like treat it more like alcohol, which they should, dude. Like,
it's the same premise, especially like they're talking about like public intoxication, whether it's at home, whatever it is. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I don't get crazy with it. You know what I mean? I was just like, I use it recreationally. But yeah, back in my day, they used to call them zones, and you get this zone, which is like this fat bottom corner of the bag, and you pay like fucking some some ridiculous amount of money for it. You know, it was all your fucking lunch money for like 3 weeks, fucking more. And then you fucking spend the first hour just trying to make sure nobody busted in on you while you're going through these fucking steps and seeds for a fucking hour to get to all the good stuff. And then you try to like fluff it out to be flatter than a fucking pancake.
Shit looked like dry seaweed.
Yeah, dude, it looked like fucking kelp.
I saw the perfect meme that describes this the other day. It was like smoking weed in 2002. Oh, 5 miles behind a Taco Bell in the forest. You think anyone's gonna catch us smoking weed in 2019? I could totally hit this vape pen in a Target.
Straight up, dude. Like, and that shit, like with vape pens too, it's super low key. It goes away so fast. The smell.
Yeah.
Like a second, and then it's gone. Like, yeah.
And if you buy THC pens, remember to buy it from a reputable dispensary so that you don't get this vitamin E acetate shit's going on, and you know what the fuck you're getting.
Fucking turds, man. Like, I'm all for people like fucking people being able to make money, but like if they're making it killing people or giving people lung diseases, fuck that, no. Like, I know here's something that I wanted to talk about, because I don't know if I'll be on the Monday show or not, but I just figured here's a good place for it. But I've been wanting to speak my piece.
Yeah.
It's like, I see a lot of people in the vape community, they're talking about like, oh, you know, like fuck smokers and stuff like that. It's like, I don't really have that viewpoint. I don't have the viewpoint of fuck smokers, because I was a smoker at one point, and you know, if I hadn't done certain things and found my way of vaping, I would still be smoking cigarettes, and I wouldn't want anybody taking my freedom away if I'm smoking a cigarette, just like I wouldn't want anybody taking my freedom away if I'm vaping. You know what I'm saying? So like I see a lot of people out there doing it, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna tell them like how to fucking think, but I just think it's kind of fucking hypocritical. We know the dangers. We as adults know the dangers, but you know, some people just can't take that habit quite yet, and maybe some of them just don't want to, and they like smoking tobacco.
Yeah.
Dude, that should be their fucking right, in my opinion.
I don't know if you watched the replay on the Monday show, but we got into a little bit. We had Kev Coils on, and then we were talking about this, and I brought up the fact that like we should stop attacking people that make the choice to do something. Like, if we're going to be here, we want the freedom of choice to choose vaping, and they're banning it, only giving you cigarette options. But there are people who are out there that just want to smoke cigarettes, and that's all they want to do. Or if they want to switch, they have the opportunity to do it later. But that's this whole problem why I'm having right now with all these bans is taking away the freedom of choice. You can't tell people they can't choose to smoke cigarettes if you can't choose to smoke vaping, because it's not the same thing, obviously, but it's a choice that you're able to make. It's a right that you have. So if you want to keep smoking cigarettes that are proven to hurt people, that's fine. Keep doing it. If you want to choose to vape, keep doing it. But don't attack people for having, the choice. Don't like say, oh, they're banning vape, so ban smoking. Some people really enjoy smoking cigarettes, and they want to do it. Some people really enjoy vapes. Exactly, like Kathy said, to each their own. You can't take away one right from one person and tell that and it's okay for the other.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I don't know. I see a lot of people. These bans are getting people all excited, but just don't forget where you came from. You know what I mean? And people should be able to make their own fucking decisions. If they want to go fucking jump off a bridge and follow a bunch of other people and do the same shit, fucking let them, dude. If they don't have the sense to think for themselves, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I do not know what to tell you.
Yep. That's the thing. You can't take away one right from someone and tell someone else how to choose it. That's why I think it's a big deal with this vape ban, because they're taking away your right to choose. And
I get it though. Like, I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off there, man.
No, you're fine. Go ahead, Kevin, please.
Like, I get that, there's people out there that are followers and stuff like that, and that's good. The government would love more of you, but like System of a Down said, free thinkers are dangerous, and they said that for a reason, because they are, people that can make up their own minds and do whatever they want. They don't really want those people around. That's why they're trying to enforce this fucking nanny state bullshit.
The most dangerous thing you can do to anything, because countries are always built on ideology. I don't care what country you're talking about, from third world countries to first world countries. It's all built on ideologies. And the worst part is that instead of being open-minded with these people that are in power, they stop people from having free-thinking abilities that might go against what they want to believe because they get comfortable with what they already know. And, of course, I'm not trying to do my tinfoil hat thing tonight, but as vaping goes right now, I feel like that's what we're being viewed as, is stuff like that. And that's why that we get such a negative connotation, because of the fact that it goes against most things, and especially it goes against the agenda of being a capitalist country. We are a democracy where you vote people in, but we are a capitalist country. Don't forget that the dollar signs matter.
Yeah, that's all bullshit, though. People get voted in based on fucking false promises or fucking money. So, I mean, even that argument is, to a degree, it's not an argument. Unfortunately, like you want to believe. I would like to believe that good people could get voted into office and things like that. But I mean, even if you take I don't like to get into politics too much, but just take for example the Bernie versus Hillary Clinton. Look how that turned out. Anybody who follows the politics super close, that fool got bought out, like straight up and fully. Because he didn't have as big of a bankroll as she did, to say.
Yeah.
So it's all about money in the end, and I don't know. Maybe I just hope that one day it'll change. Because it's tough right now, man. It's tough out there for everybody. All kinds of things. Everybody's getting so fucking worked up over the stupidest shit, and they're getting so offended at everything. It's like you can't even fucking say anything anymore. Like, when are they gonna ban fuck? Because and that time, I'll go live in the fucking mountains by myself and be a fucking hermit until they come find me. Where it says when they fucking arrest me for having a sign that says "Get the fuck off my property." But whatever.
By the way, Tom says "bitch and horns." Or your
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, sir.
That's my personal friend Tom, by the way. And then I hate to do this to you, Kevin. I need to take a Vandal break since you're going to leave in an hour. When I come back, we'll talk about doing the giveaway.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, entertain these mofos.
I'll try. I'll do my best. So I'll just stop ranting now because it's kind of fun, but it's not fun for everybody, right? Anyways, I want to read the chat a little bit. Sorry, I've been neglecting you guys. I apologize. I've been doing something. Tinfoil hats. That's right. Yeah, for sure, dude. I have a tinfoil hat at times, and I'm okay with it. If you don't like it, then you don't have to agree with me. That's the point. Like Steven, I think it was Steven was saying further up in the chat, said something. He admitted that I mentioned the cigarette argument myself, but I don't feel like anything should be done. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, man. When people start pressing their opinions on other people and then try and start banning stuff, that's when it just starts getting out of hand. I don't believe in that. Oh yeah, Mowgli. I just started watching Peaky Blinders from the beginning because I want to watch the new season. I haven't watched that show in a while, so I want to get caught up again. Remember all the stuff that I forgot. Oh yeah. I support your fucking right to do naughty things with a bear claw. I support that. I might even like pay to see. Maybe. Ban opinions. I don't know, dude. Everybody's they're just like assholes, right? Everybody poops out.
Sorry, it took so long. I also grabbed an extra cold beer.
Oh, that's good. And Vapor's Odyssey made a good point. The sad thing is people forgot to have a disagreement without making it personal. You know what? I started getting into that mindset too, man. Where I took things just way too personally. It's like even though it had nothing to do with me, realistically, right? Like it was just an opinion that I had, yeah, we gotta like ground ourselves a little bit more because I'm sure we're all guilty of it to some degree, right? But
And that's the worst part, man. A lot of people nowadays look at the word argument as a negative word or a bad word, but it's not. Argument is the word that describes the fact where two people come together with opposing ideas and they argue their ideas to where they understand where each other is coming from, and whether you agree or not, at least you understand what they're saying and what they're doing, and then you can actually work together cohesively instead of thinking that, oh, their opinion's not the same as mine, fuck you, and that's the end of the world, blah, 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 and then you get stuck in a bubble, and then once that bubble eventually pops, which all bubbles do, you are so thrown off your game that you don't know what's going on.
you know what? Also, too, if anybody follows Jangles on Instagram, Scott Jangalang, he posted this. It's like one of those motivational quotes, but it's like it said something about basically everybody listens with the intent to respond as opposed to actually listening to people, and I think I think part of that is to because we like as a society we're just going so fast, we just need to get through that conversation and on to the next one. Like we forget to just slow it down a little bit and digest information in somebody else's point of view and really listen to what the other person is saying first before just being like, oh, he's going to say this, so I'm going to counter with this, because my opinion means more.
And even so, if you're a person that believes that your opinion should overthrow or be smarter than someone else's, the benefit of listening to someone else's argument is that you will learn how to break it down if it's a stupid one.
Yeah. Like, laser penis. That's totally talking. I don't know, man. Shit.
It's all right.
It's tough, dude. It's tough out there. Because it's like, I don't know, everybody wants to be right. I get it. But, I mean, at some point we just have to stop and, like, realize that people come from different places. And, yeah. Exactly. We lack empathy. I work, you know what I mean? For a good portion of my life, I've worked in service. And it's a place where you really have to have empathy. Like somebody's shit got fucked up and they're pissed off about it. And they're going to take it out on the first person they get to talk to about it. You know what I mean? So if you just like really sit back and put yourself, and some people are being ridiculous, let's be honest. But most of the people, if you put yourself in their position, you'll see that like, yeah, I'd probably be just as pissed off as you are. I may not voice that. I may not voice that opinion the same as you're doing right now. And I try to keep in mind myself that the other person on the phone is just a person. But or the other, like if it's a face interaction, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing. The road goes both ways, always. I think we got super deep, didn't we?
No, and that's fine. I don't know if you, I mean, I know you've been away from everything. So with the Friday Fallout, when Chuck was still active, we do either deep, extremely stupid, and then since I've taken over, since Chuck's taken his sabbatical, I don't know if you saw the preview at least for last week's show, but I was in drag.
I did. And that was quite impressive.
Yeah, so the Friday Fallout, like, we try to provide you guys with great content always. That's why we have amazing people like everyone on our team, Legion, Adam, Kevin, Chuck, and then, I get you guys stuff to give away. But, anyways, we hit all subjects here, guys, and everyone here in this chat is here because they want to be here. And these are opinions that they value. And like I said, I'm going to S that D all night. I'm so happy that I got to get Kevin alone with me for the first stream when he came back.
I know, dude. It worked out nice. I told you I had your back, dude, as soon as I got internet.
Yeah.
I have pretty good fucking internet now, so. But yeah, I wanted to point out Stephen Sarge, he works as a corrections officer, which is probably one of the toughest fucking service jobs there is. You've got to deal with fucking the craziest of them all. Because that's where they go after they've been too crazy. So, yeah, shout out to you, bro. That's some fucking patience right there. Laser penis. um, yeah.
And
Where are we?
so it's 10 minutes till you need to leave. After Kevin leaves, guys, we're gonna have Glenn Hefner come on. By the way, Kevin, if you don't know, Glenn is a part of the Migos group. Awesome dude's been supporting us. And then when I do lives, when I get drunk in the midweek, he goes on with me.
Nice.
So he's a bitch and assy. So I'm officially, I don't have a sword, but knighting, honorary amigo-ship. Anyways, so Kalen's gonna come after that. But tonight we have some bitchin' stuff. You remember, if you guys don't know, Kevin and I know each other personally in real life. He's the reason why I'm on here. And he used to come to where I work to pick up products for a place that he worked. So anyways, me and Kevin met, did that shit, blah, blah, blah. Kevin's the reason why I'm doing this. But the reason why I get to that is you remember Ashley, our GM.
Yeah, Ashley's cool as fuck.
Ashley's hella cool. If you guys don't know, if you saw on the local Vape distro page, Ashley was our GM that went to Capitol Hill for the VTA to learn how to do stuff. And her and I did a video on the local Vape channel breaking down the actual numbers of the CDC stats, where they include of age adult vapors able to vape in their stats, saying that teens are vaping when they're 18, 19, and actually 20-year-olds. So your stats are on. Anyways, long story short, Ashley knows I do the show.
Hold up. I want to pause you right there for 1 second before you go any further. I just want to say that Ashley looked like super fucking professional, like plus 20 onto the fucking professional stamina bar. Yeah, I saw that picture and I was like, damn, bro. She was like a boss.
Yeah.
Just when I said that when you go.
Like real shit, I knew she was gonna go there and kill it, and I'm gonna ask her D for a quick second, and I know she's never gonna watch this, but Ashley went there and she, like I said, like Kevin said, she dressed super professional. I was like, you gotta send me selfies, girlfriend. You gotta send me pictures of you out there doing that shit. But long story short, because Kevin knows her, that's why I bring it up. She was like, hey, I know you do your YouTube show, blah blah blah. I have something I'm never going to use. Would you want to give it away? I'm like, if you're really sure. She said yes. So Ashley donated this rig mod. It's a 2-mod comp mod. So you guys, if you're not an experienced person, this is what we're going to give away tonight. I don't suggest it for you. But this is what we're giving away tonight.
Later, Tommy. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, bro, Tom, thank you for coming by. That's my personal friend in real life. Went overseas with him. That's my BFFL. I'm Regina George. He's my Gretchen Wieners.
Hell yeah, dude. I can tell the weather if it's gonna rain by my text too.
But yeah, so obviously it's not a spanking brand new piece, and I will be completely honest with you guys. There's some tiny little nicks on it right there, but otherwise everything else. I mean, I don't use mech, so it's a tip-top shape as far as I know. If not, then I'll send you like $5. Anyways. Since Kevin's back, we're going to have Kevin choose a number, and we're going to do this giveaway. So, what you guys need to do is hit those X1s, and then when we tell you to stop, stop, but you won't, because you're going to take like 3 times for me to tell you to stop. And I'm going to try and figure out how to do this randomizer tonight. And then Kevin's going to choose the lucky winner. By the way, I know I already said it. It's S your D all night, Kevin. My heart, my soul. I'm glad you're here. Actually, I just need to make one more rule. Odyssey, you have to sit out for one more giveaway because you've already won twice.
Yeah, bro.
You fucking greedy bitch. I bought a new house. Let me get all this free vape shit. Hashtag.
I gotta fill it up. I gotta fill it up with vape shit.
Tick, don't do it just because it's rigged. Do it because you want to win, homie. And Kevin, I know you said you might not be able to make it to Monday's show, but if you don't, I just want to hit on that real fast. And unfortunately,
I don't know like what the schedule is right now. Like I have Mondays off, yeah, but that's usually my day to get shit done. So
yeah, so we'll see. But I want to hit on it real fast. It's winter's coming up, and we did a little cleaning around work and stuff. I was able to get this, and I was going to keep it personally, but I was like, fuck it, give it to the people. It's a locals only local vape zip up hoodie, which you will never ever find again. We're giving this away Monday night, but it's a large. That's only one size, so. But you'll.
Right. I never even got one of those.
I know, Kevin.
I almost got the windbreaker, but you guys only had like
6XL.
Yeah, it was like 3XL, and I was like, dude, I could totally, I was a bigger dude, but I could have fit 2 of me in there easily. I was like
and it's a windbreaker, so it's super thin, so it looks like you're doing the parachute day at school when you lift up the parachute and you run under it, you know? Anyways, all right, stop doing the X1s.
Yeah, please stop. For my eyes. Because I keep looking over in chat. But I felt like, bro, this is not a good look for me, dog. I had to give it back. I was like, I really want it, but I can't do this to society, you know? Thank you, Shane. Thank you much.
Adam, you cannot X1.
Yeah,
Actually, just so you guys know, I'm going to make this a negative thing for Adam because he's so wholesome. I had a locals only hat that was a trucker hat that you'd never find again. And then I was like, oh, I'll give this one a challenge. Adam said he wanted it, so I sent it to him. And he didn't necessarily take it away from you guys, but act like you did. Okay.
Please act like you did.
All right, so I'm trying to figure out this whole thing. Go ahead, Kevin. Sorry.
My number is 23. So
23. All right.
Like the movie, the number 23. Did anybody watch that with Jim Carrey? This is bullshit. Yeah, it's totally rigged, Adam. I don't.
You said 23, bro. One-time winner, or not one time, but instant hit.
First time winner or no?
Steven Sard.
Nice, dude.
Steven Sard.
Congratulations, dude. Oh yeah. Damn, bro, you got that rig, dude?
Yep, you got that rig. Like I told you, it's got those tiny little nicks.
I win that, dude.
The best part is, like, so if you guys don't know, as you can see on the screen, Amigos20 at localvape.com. We don't get anything from them. Like, we don't get free products. We don't get, like, money. We get nothing from it. Erica also gave me that mod I gave away last week, which is a TVL collab mod, which is bitchin'. Shout out to Jake. He won it.
You guys gave one of those away, dude?
Yeah, she gave it to me for free, and that's a retail value of over $200.
Those things are so sick.
And it's like 87 pounds. But anyways, anything that we get from anyone is for free. The only time that we ever get any kickbacks is from you guys supporting us.
Word.
That's it. But yeah, so.
No motherfuckers out here trying to make a life.
Yeah. So Steven Sard, I know you added me earlier. I believe it was you on Instagram. I'm sorry, I am inebriated. Boom. Yeah, Steven Sard, you added me on Instagram. Request to follow you back. Send me your shipping address, your name, address to my Instagram page, and Monday morning, this is on its way to you.
Oh yeah, dude.
And dude, bro, we hit perfect timing on this. We're gonna send Kevin off with love. He's got work tomorrow morning, but real shit, you guys. Thank you to Kevin for fucking coming on. He has to go to work. He came on. It's been a long time, and he fucking went through all his shit. He didn't unpack his whole house, but he got the horns out for tonight's show.
Hey, straight up, dude, you should see my living room setup, bro. My TV, okay, so it's not even my TV, right? I haven't unpacked it yet. My gaming monitor is sitting on a plastic Lifetime table, and we're using camping chairs to fucking sit on.
But they're so comfy.
No couch.
But camping chairs are cool because they have the beer holder.
Yeah, it's got dual cup holders, so my
Vape
comes in one, and
drink.
then the beer another one, dude. Yeah, thank you guys in chat, dude. I like all of you people.
Yeah.
All my good. I'm glad to have every single one of you here.
We had a great turnout of OGs too, especially like, you know, Shane and all that shit. And just real fast, if you guys think we're shutting it down because Kevin's leaving, we're not. We're going to have Glenn come on. But make sure you guys say thank you to Kevin. Like I said, I'm sucking that D tonight.
Yeah.
Kevin's the reason why I'm here. Kevin's the reason why we have the Amigos. Kevin's the reason why all this is together.
I wouldn't go that far with the Amigos thing. Amigos is a collective, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I would never give myself credit for that.
It's a collective, but I wouldn't be here without you.
I would never want to take credit for that.
I already told the story about the first time I saw Adam, Mr. Breezetones on Instagram, and I was like, oh, this guy's a douche.
Straight up, douche, man. Just fucking coils, perfect fucking coils.
Over here I have Kangies. No, I'm kidding, but yeah.
Yeah, fucking, I make coffee and I make beautiful coils and stuff. Okay, buddy. Nah, I'm just kidding. I love that.
By the way, Kevin, this is Glenn.
Hey, what's up, dude? I don't think I ever got to video with you, so yeah, first time.
Yeah.
First time, please.
He's also a coffee connoisseur, just like Adam.
Oh yeah, I got some local Oregon coffee here. I can't remember the damn name. It wasn't super fresh though, but it was really good. It was like a medium blend. But it was like I don't know, it's kind of like a nutty flavor.
Nuts.
Darker. It was really tasty though. Yeah, good times.
Nice, man. Glenn, I don't know if you can talk or nothing, but
Yeah.
you seem kind of frozen.
Does he say things or?
I can't hear him.
I think he's muted. Or did you mute yourself, dude?
I think maybe.
Because I was like, man, does this guy say anything, or is he just coming on the show?
There we go.
My audio was being all fucky, so my bad.
First time meeting the guy, I'm already giving him
It reminds me, if you haven't gotten my request on live, I did send one your way a couple weeks back.
Xbox.
Oh, you did? I didn't see it, dude. What is it on there? I'll try and add it after the show.
It is Old Greg Booth 94.
Old Greg Booth. Hold up.
I downloaded Apex Legends just to play with Kevin, and then that's when he got super busy.
Bro, I played a game right before we came on because I had some time to kill, and bro, we fucking straight caught a dub, bro. Like nothing. We mocked these fools on the new map too. The new map's pretty sick.
I haven't checked any of it out yet.
It's really good. Hold on.
Most lately, I've been doing a whole lot of inebriated Uno.
Inebriated Uno?
Uno on Xbox is the shit. Kevin, have you played it?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, man. It's so bad. So you could do you don't be in party chat, you be in game chat, right? And sorry, everyone in the chat, we're just going to ramble on about video games for a moment. But it's Uno on Xbox Live, so you're either paired up with a 13-year-old kid, a kid that's family is arguing in the background with a chihuahua barking, or an 85-year-old man. And then so you're in there in the chat, and, I guess I just get lucky. But, you get to draw 4s, you get to draw 2s and all that stuff. And you just toss them in the game because that's what you're supposed to do. And you just hear these people in these chats, you stupid motherfucker, you must be a millennial cock.
You just kick their fucking dog or something?
Yep.
Wow.
And there's always a kid getting beat by his mom with some chanclas. Those are sandals.
And I hear that shit in Apex too. That all of a sudden you'll hear shit getting real loud, some stuff slamming in the background, and it'll just fucking mic will cut off. They'll still be playing, but the mic's cut off. And then they don't play so good. they're pausing, they're staying lagging behind and shit. They're getting yelled at. They're like, come on, Mom, please play. This is my friend.
I remember one time I was playing GTA, Grand Theft Auto, and I showed you the videos when you come into, local, and with me on the rocket bike blowing kids up. But there's this one time I remember, I'm a 13-year-old man still playing Grand Theft Auto, sue me. So I was in there blowing up this kid, and he started talking all this crap and saying derogatory slurs, and so I was like, fuck you back, blah blah blah, talking back. This kid mom gets on. She's like, what'd you say to my son? Blah blah. I was like, he said this word, that word, and that word. And then she's like, oh, excuse me, and then you just hear the headset hit a bed, poof, poof. And then it's like, did you see this now, Mom? So it's like, whap, 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 whap. And then 5 minutes later, his friends are in the the lobby chat, and they're like, hey, Billy, are you there? And he's like, you hear pick up the headset. Yeah, I'm still here.
He's like, oh no, I gotta go, guys. Okay, so what is it?
It's Old Greg Boosh 94. Oh, Yeah, no spaces.
And I doubt anyone else in the chat plays Xbox, but if you do, WHW Vandal, or Greg Boosh, and I forgot what years it was. It Suit Soup, right?
Yeah.
Suit Soup.
Hold on, I'm gonna type it in chat and you just tell me if it's right.
Should be. Let me see if I can see the chat.
Oh yeah. Oh, is it BOOSH?
Yep, 94.
94. Nail it.
Yep.
All right, cool. I'll add you, dude.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah, I didn't see it come through, but I don't. If it was a couple weeks ago, I have not been online. I just barely got internet last weekend.
Right.
Yeah, last weekend.
We should
I figured
try
it
to
would be a
do.
while.
Yeah.
We should see about maybe like if those of us with webcams do an Amigos gaming stream and lose all our followers.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, that'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be fun though. I'd be down.
I bought all this stuff for
If
the
we're playing
stream.
Apex, though.
I mean, yeah, we can play Apex. Am I good at it? No.
Well, you don't have to be.
I like games with multiple
I'm not
choices.
good at it either, but I still play.
Steven says he's down. Boom, there we go. We got one fan left.
I did finally break my record though. I got 6 kills last game I played, and that's like the best I've done yet.
That's
For a battle royale, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
considering how most of these like 13-year-old British kids play. Yeah.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. I was like, dude, 6 kills, bro. Like a mock. And I was using the fucking sniper rifle most of the time, so
Oh yeah.
there's that. So I was doing some work, but all right, I'll get over here. I'll start stop droning on about video games.
Not at all. This is where the show turns to shit. No. But like everybody, shout out to Kevin coming on.
Yeah.
I can't say what his schedule will be because I won't speak for him, but he will be more active coming in the future.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna try to. I don't know. I'll post some big stuff, but like I said, like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just haven't had the money either to buy any new stuff that I want to get, but I got my eye on some things that I want to get.
And if you guys don't know, Vape Malone on YouTube, which is his personal channel where all this started, make sure you sub that shit.
Who?
Vape Malone.
Oh, who's that guy?
Oh, that's that guy with the horny ears.
That was my new guy.
That guy with the flavor goggles.
Oh shit, Gav Kumo's back. Oh no.
Oh shit, he's back. I don't think he ever left.
Oh, that's unfortunate. This show has been a shit show.
Yeah, I think he was there the whole time. He was like lurking.
Oh, he didn't leave like his lady did. Oh no.
Oh, sweet bird.
Mango habanero. No.
Well, Glenn, it was good meeting you, dude.
Likewise.
Yeah, and Vandal.
Never done one of these? I mean, wait. I watched Jane Silent Bob last night. Love you, bro.
Love you too, man. Later.
Later, man. Alright, guys, so it's down to me and Glenn. I am drunk and stoned. What's up, Glenn? How you doing tonight?
I am heavily caffeinated.
Oh, nice. That's usually me at work, and I get really sweaty hands, so I have to wear gloves when I do everything.
Most of the time, if I'm like drinking a whole lot of caffeine, I get really paranoid and start doing social media stuff at night. So,
By the way, let's shout out one of the Amigos' personal endeavors. So, the coffee page. If you want to talk a little bit about it?
yeah, so I was chatting with some professionals in the specialty coffee industry, and this kind of got spitballed around as an idea. So essentially, it's a Twin Peaks theme page where I'll go around like to diners and order coffee and try to talk with some people that are, like some old folks that hang around and find out the significance of that in their life.
Nice.
So if anybody wants to check it out, it is at _detective.
And that's all personal stuff from Glenn that he is producing. And I remember you posted a story today where like you, I don't know what you guys call it, the designs you do in like the foam.
Latte art.
Yeah, latte art. There you go. And so, honestly, like this is gonna be an obscure opinion, but to me they always look like Georgia O'Keeffe vaginas. Even if they're like super pro or not. That's just my opinion.
You're not wrong. Like flowers, latte art, it all looks like Georgia O'Keeffe's vaginas.
But I guess that's modern art. She sold a lot. You know? It wasn't a Campbell soup can, but I guess you'd call it a can. Whoa, bad humor. No. Anyways.
So, I've got some other news that I got home to check my mail, and I have a letter from Representative Alex Mooney from the 2nd District of West Virginia.
Okay.
Stating that he is opposed to the proposed FDA regulations.
Oh, bitchin'.
And it's a small victory.
That's not a small victory. That's not a small victory. That's a huge victory because a politician took the time to find the base of people that he's representing and reached out. That's amazing.
I'm honestly baffled that I even got a response.
But even so, just the fact that he took the time to do that, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Like, that, I couldn't imagine if he's responding to everybody, how much he's having to invest in ink and paper.
Yeah.
And this isn't like some bullshit because he actually hand signs each one of these.
Like personally ink sign pens.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was just some print and I had to look closer, look at the back of the paper, and I was like, no, this is real.
That's fucking bitchin'.
Damn straight.
And that's a win in my book. I know we didn't talk too much vape stuff tonight earlier. But actually, Adam's asking, who was it specifically? Go ahead and state it clearly so that we can, because I'm sure Adam's going to shout it out because Adam's awesome on social media advocacy.
Of course, it is Representative Alex Mooney from the United States Congress House of Representatives from West Virginia's 2nd District.
Boom. That's bitchin'. Especially with a lot of stuff you see going on. So we had a small victory. We'll get into the vape stuff right now. For a little bit. New York had the actual injunction to the ban. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm probably using the injunction wrong. I watch a lot of Law and Order, so excuse me. But they had the TPO, the restraining order against the ban, which is a victory enough that shows that the judges in the state are willing to actually hear a legislative case instead of somebody just telling you can't do it. And then we've also had states come forward with like Arizona, the governor saying they have no intention of banning flavors, and there was somewhere else I can't remember off the top of my head.
Utah passed
Utah.
Kind of,
So
yeah.
If you guys are in the Migos and Co group, we also have that one. What happened was in Utah, they passed a law to where you have to be a specialty licensed tobacco retailer to sell vape products, which means that, and they actually put it in the wording and everything. They can't buy Juuls from gas stations no more. You can't buy blue sticks from gas stations no more. You actually have to go to a vape shop to buy nicotine vaping products, which is a huge win because the normal vape shops out in a place like Utah are probably mostly mom and pop, so they're going to get all the customer traffic. And then it's also going to cut down on the fact that if there were any teens that were getting it from gas stations, they no longer can do that because, in my opinion, most vape shops are always very diligent in making sure their customers are of age.
Yeah, that was shocking whenever I read all of that about Utah. I was like, whoa. I mean, just a while back they were throwing some mad shade using urine drug tests to do that. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. Like, I forgot all about that until you just said it. The urine drug test. So if you guys didn't see it, what happened is they took vape juice that they bought at a store and they put it into a UA cup, which is a piss test cup. And they popped up with all these random ass shits. It said that vaping juice had barbiturates, opiates, and all that stuff like that. And like, real shit, if you can find that somewhere, hook me up. Tell me where it's at. JK. Anyways, that you can't test propylene glycol and all that shit in a urine test, which is made to test your urine. And then, so that's what scared me at first because of the approach they took. And then now with this actual law that this regulation they're passing with the other thing, it's a whole 180, excuse me. 360 would go back to the same point. I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Anyways. So yeah, that trips me out. But what should say to the average vapor out there, advocating stuff like that, there is fucking hope. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Especially if you find someone that thinks that they can pour vape juice in a piss test cup and think that triggers to actually doing something meaningful for the vape people.
Let's be honest. There's only 6% of those that will actually work on urine. So I mean,
yeah. And if you guys didn't know, Glenn has a professional opinion in this because he works in the industry of toxicology. I don't know if that's industry. I'm sorry. I might be speaking out of pocket.
I mean, I don't work directly as what do we call that? A diagnostic services representative.
Yeah.
Or patient services representative. Most of the time now, I'm just on the road moving stuff from point A to point B. But in the past, I've had to do days where I fill in clinics. It's
you have more experience than the average person would.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And to be quite fair, I've had to use my fair share of instant cups trying to make sure I was free of THC for jobs.
Oh man, pleading the fifth. Never mind, I won't go there. No. I was in the Army for 8 years. I haven't not smoked weed for a long time. You guys figure it out. Actually, I'm out now. I'm with D214. Anyways, no, I'm playing. So I know how the urinalysis process works and how to get by it. And it's not with using vape juice.
Yeah, I'm just glad I don't have to stand and face an NCO to do drug screens anymore.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Glenn also served, and we were both in the Army. And what happens is every so often, they do piss tests. They call it UAs, urinalysis. And so what happens with those is you get a leader of, somewhere in your section or your platoon and stuff like that, usually a sergeant or staff sergeant above a non-commissioned officer. And so what happens is when they do these every so often piss tests, you go into a bathroom, and we call them, as a nickname, a dick gazer. But there's a reason why we call them dick gazer, because, no bullshit, the regulation states that you literally have to watch the urine leave the penis and hit the cup. And so when you're in the military, you go through some weird shit. When you go through maps, I'm sure Glenn can attest to this, they, grab your junk, and they're like, make it cough. And if not, then I was in a Bad Bang Bros video. Anyways.
Yeah. I wasn't so uncomfortable with the doc grabbing my junk, but when he bent over and looked at my butthole, that felt
yeah.
uncomfortable.
So if you guys don't know, you go through a lot of weird shit to have to join the military. Anyways, so you have to go through this stuff. But anyways, back to the drug test thing. And I forgot where I was going with this. I am inebriated, guys. But I'll finish the story. And so Glenn knows. We were both in the Army. They have to look at the pee leave your junk into the cup and fill it up to a certain point, and then you have to hold the cup and say, you drink a lot of water, make sure you can do this. You have to hold this cup of your piss above your shoulder and then continue in the urinal or toilet where you're at while this dude is still staring at your wiener. This is what your tax dollars are funding.
Oh, yeah. And to be fair, there's still times where
Pecker checker.
I'll have to do cock watch, and it's not the most pleasant experience that anybody can have.
Yeah. One Basky said you lost me a butthole. Yeah, man, you lost me about 15 minutes ago.
Oh, boy.
We also have another surprise guest coming on in a moment, but it's not a surprise. You guys all know who he is. I'll give you a hint. Hey, good day, mate. But anyways. It's not Crocodile Dundee. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. I was hoping somebody resurrected Steve Irwin.
We'll get a little off topic. Steve Irwin's kids are actually following in his shoes doing the same stuff.
Yep.
Steven Sword says... Sorry, go ahead.
His son does professional wildlife photography.
Yeah, it's crazy. And if you guys don't know, like, I do photography for the job that I do, as well as like social media management. But wildlife photography is wild because you will go out in the middle of nowhere where there are tigers and like these predators that can kill you with a swipe of their claw, and you lay out there, you let them get within 10 feet of your face, and you take pictures of them, and most of the time they get right on top of you. And so shout out to that, because that takes a lot of guts. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, like, there's pictures of like where this it's like a Nat Geo photographer goes out, and he's like right there with like baboons and stuff that usually crack your skull open. But anyway, speaking of baboons, Mr. Breeze Tones.
Hey, fellas.
I'm guessing you're building right now? You're in the cave?
I am. I just got a new light, so everything's all...
Ew. And so if you guys don't know, it's like, what, about to be spring there right now, yeah?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Adam's not wearing a sweater.
That's it. What's up, fellas?
What's up? So if you guys haven't been here for the whole time, and obviously most of you have, we had Kevin, we had Glenn, and now we have Mr. Adam. The Friday Fallout does not try to disappoint. But
vanilla ending.
yeah. But Adam, since you're here, and I'll let you and Glenn take over for a quick second, I need to take a Vandal break.
Vandal break.
Yeah.
Hey,
Tell us what you're building.
no, that's boring.
No, it's not.
Talk about the letter that you got, man. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of baffled when it came out. Let's see if I grab it real quick. Yeah, so got the official congressional letterhead and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But basically, he just touches on some basic definitions. And let's see, 4 paragraphs in. Yeah, 4 paragraphs in. He says, instead of a broad ruling from the FDA that would ban a large swath of e-cigarettes on the market, Congress should vote on any changes to e-cigarette regulation. Citizens like you are right to expect elected representatives to take time to fully debate and vote on this issue, rather than have an agency issue a rule. For those reasons, I do not support FDA's proposal rule to ban flavored e-cigarettes. No final ruling has been released from the FDA, and I will make sure to monitor this situation as it develops.
Crazy. That's crazy. As soon as you said that, I went straight to Twitter just to have a squeeze at like some of his past tweets, and it doesn't. I can't find anything that he's actually said about vaping or FDA or anything. So, is that technically the first thing that's been said about it?
As far as I know, I don't know what these committees that he serves on have in relation to that, because he's on the subcommittee for investor protection, entrepreneurship, and capital markets, and the subcommittee for diversity and inclusion.
Yep. But that's amazing. Like, that's coming out and saying, I agree that this is an overstep. So, and also, not enough information and not enough, reason to be doing this. So he's acting reasonably with common sense. That's freaking amazing. So hurry up and tweet something so that I can retweet it as well.
Right. I'll have to do that here as soon as we end the stream, because everything's tied up at the moment. But that's immense to have somebody in the House of Representatives come forward like that on something that they have not previously touched on. It'll be amazing to see if he can make a big enough push, because we have a senator, Joe Manchin, who has been proven to be quite corrupt and easily bought, especially on issues pertaining to pharmaceuticals. Because his daughter is one of the heads of Malone Pharmaceuticals, which manufactures epinephrine, the EpiPens.
Yeah,
that's big money right there.
Yeah.
Huge money.
I think it's also an important thing that number of supporting politicians, no matter their role, whether they're senators, governors, whatever, like that. This is something that the US needs an awful lot of. So for somebody else to come out of the woodwork and say, yeah, I agree that this is ridiculous is huge.
And especially, like, they don't have to be familiar with the subject, just the fact that they understand that you're taking away something from somebody without any due diligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing. Amazing. Good work for you for sending something in the first place, and good work to Mr. Mooney for responding back with a positive situation. That's freaking amazing.
And
It is immense.
I don't know if
Immense.
I don't know if I missed it while I was taking a Vandal break, but Adam, this Wired UK tweet, if you don't mind.
The which what?
The Wired UK tweet about these saying that they're saying that it's like a spam campaign. If you don't mind, I mean, I know it's going to be a rough subject.
I saw it last night, and like I literally was going to bed, and I'd been on Twitter for far too long, and I put the phone down, and I said to Emily, "I'm going to bed," and I'm laying in bed, like just doing the last check, and then I see. I don't remember who the original poster was. And then I click on it and, read that article written by Wired. And I instantly just fired up. Like, I was just like...
Fuck that.
There's so many more people with bigger problems than mine. But, you take it so personally when they're just like, well, you're anecdotal, that's it. You don't matter, And I instantly, was rage, absolute rage. Like, how dare you say that? Did you not actually think that, smoking is one thing, and particularly when you've done it for it doesn't matter if you've smoked for a year or you've smoked 20 years, it becomes part of you. So how dare you say that, something that is now my, part of my personality and part of my life, that I'm now a bot, for big organized financial, supporting of vaping to try and go against Big Pharma or to try and, do this, thunderclap of... So I was just like, man, I wrote the tweet, deleted it, wrote it, deleted it, wrote it, deleted it, and then, and then I was finally, I had to tweet at them, and then I found Wired because I wanted to know, the background of Wired, San Francisco, there's also the London, or the London situation, because I was like, surely there's a trail here that is leading back to Bloomberg or someone, money, they don't, but the reality is, I was so rage. And then this morning when I woke up and sorry, I'm hijacking the situation.
No, you're fine. Shut up. Don't shut up.
Yeah, Twitter had blown up over it, and I was just like, oh my God, thank God that it wasn't just me, because you just randomly tweet sometimes and no one sees it, whatever, I'm not out there,
Right. Yeah.
But just hoping that somebody else sees it and sees the engagement potentially, so that they can do what they need to do, because apparently we're all part of the
the machine, the vape advocacy machine. All these companies. Yeah. There's let me just break this down real fast. There's no companies in the vape world besides maybe I'm not doing an endorsement, but VGOT that has over $1 million in a bank account. These are all small companies. There's no vape machine. Fuck you, Wired UK. You know what trips me out the most is that now I'm yelling at you guys. I want to bring it down one level, 2 levels. You know what trips me out the most is the fact that something that triggers so many people to where they want to support it, instead of it being looked at as, look at this rise up, look at this revolution. It's gotta be fake. It's gotta be these bots. Wired UK, I know you'll never see this. I know no one of no importance will ever see this, but you know what I gotta say to that? Fuck you. Fuck you. People support shit. It may not be mainstream. It may not be cool. It may not be popular, but they support it. That's why it's such a big deal. That's why so many Twitter accounts were made. That's why so many Twitter hashtags were fucking posted. Because people care about something. They came out of the motherfucking woodwork. There's people on here tweeting that are age 60 and up that have no idea how social media works in no way, because this means something to them. So fuck you for degrading something that means something to us, and screw you for thinking that it's bullshit, because bitch, It's not. I watched Breaking Bad last week, so I'm all about bitch right now. Sorry.
Word.
If they'd even looked back, like 2016 was probably, We Vape, We Vote was being used back then, and I know that probably Ruby was the one to say change I vote to I vape I vote to We Vape We Vote. If they had just done any little research to see that vapors are telling vapors what to hashtag and what to go with. Like,
yeah.
This isn't a machine. This is community. This is support. This is worldwide support. So if they'd actually looked, they would have seen that people were telling other vapors to do exactly the same thing. None of this orchestrated finance.
Tell me who the fuck you know besides, I'll name drop and he'll never see this and none of his real friends see this. To name drop, we're not rip motherfucking trippers. All your money that paid me for my YouTube views, I bought this BMW. Guess what it is, you stupid cucks? There's nobody like that in the real industry. This has been going on forever. He won't see this, and if he does, fight me. What's up? You wear Kangol hats. It's gross. Anyways.
Dude, as big of a reach as that guy has, he's a bit of a fucking ass clown.
And this has nothing to do with the other people on this channel, even though Glenn gave his own opinion. This is Chris Vandal's opinion, at Chris Vandal Instagram. Rip Trippers, you're a joke.
I'll give the guy props, because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have learned anything about building.
And if you could take some constructive from it, that's fine. But what turns me off to people like that is that you had a contest giveaway on your, not winnings, but your income of what you make on doing these videos. So all these people that watch your videos to try to learn something, which like you said, you learned something, so good, cool for that. I don't like the people, and I'm going to include him in this, and you know what, I don't know him personally, so whatever. Or this isn't rap, hip-hop, left, right, cross, beef, or nothing like that, we're going to talk. Long story short, what I'm saying is, I don't appreciate people that I feel like they take advantage of the fact that you want to learn something from them that they can provide easily, and then they tell you to guess what kind of sports fucking car they bought with your money.
Right.
That's just me, and like I said, no one of a real importance is gonna watch this and all that shit. And if you guys enjoy him, that's fine too. This is what our argument is. We don't have to agree, but this is my stance.
Yeah, your stance is pretty spot on, my guy. If you've watched any of his recent videos, I've checked in on him because he puts those clickbaity titles to them. There's a whole lot of inaction, if you ask me. He could be giving people more resources, but instead just tells people, hey, call the White House, call your state reps, do this, do that, and what's that really doing?
And I get that, and I'm not saying I'm not gonna diss anyone for doing any kind of advocacy whatsoever, because I'm a very big proponent as well as you'll see these that people call vape hoes, vape models and stuff like that, and advocating. I don't even think you should attack them. That's my personal opinion. Is people want to do what they want to do. You don't go after them. What happens is you just do better, and then after that, it makes results. But
yeah,
with people with him, this big channel and this big following and this big huge thing, like you said, you share the White House number, stuff like that. But I feel like right now we're going through such a big fight that it has to be personal. So you have to give a personal feeling, personal opinion of how you feel about it, and then how you want to present why this is a big deal to you and stuff like that. I can't tell you that there's going to be every juice company's going to come out with a personal statement, mission statement, or message or nothing like that. But if you're going to do anything at all, you have to make it personal, because if this were to be and I'll say, I said it a million times, I'll say it again, I don't think this is the end of vaping. I think we're going through the fucking fight, but we're going to get through it. But if it were to be the end of the fucking world, this is why it means something to you. Make it personal. Add your touch. Add your personal opinion. Add why it means something to you. And there's other people out there advocate, and maybe this is gonna sound very near to me to say, there's people out there that aren't smart enough to realize that you have to do that stuff. So if they just share basic stuff, that's fine. But someone with an audience that's so fucking massive and insanely huge, I feel like you have to try to put yourself out there more than someone else with some our audience. You guys hear me fucking preaching and all this stuff all the time like that, but we are small compared to people like that. And if you have a wide audience like that, I feel like you owe it to them to do that, to make sure that you put that out there. Because these are the people that made you where you are and put you where you are. And sorry guys, I'm ranting, I'm bitching on. Anyways.
You're good. On that note, I've seen, who was it, Hannah at Just Peachy.
Amazing promoter. Amazing promoter, amazing advocate. And, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I think the great thing about it is she makes her content personal, so, it's not just generic copy and paste bullshit.
Yeah. And, that's the thing, is, like I said, I'm not going to hate on the girls that, Steven Sarge just said, I am the tit. I'm not going to hate on the girls that just post a picture like this, or a picture like this. Don't get me wrong, your personal messages and stuff like that, not to put them on blast, but I will talk shit. But I'm not going to personally go out against you publicly or nothing. But the thing is, people have to do that. And like you said, Hannah, she makes it personal. She shares personal experiences from life and stuff like that. You won't see something that's super, YouTube-ish, with what we do, but she uses her platform very well. And I think that's something that a lot of these influencers and stuff like that can learn from. Because, I'm not saying, you'll be out of a job tomorrow, vape hose, blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is, if you really enjoy it and you actually enjoy being part of this community, maybe a little bit more effort.
Yeah. Yeah. Steven Saab just admitted that he's actually Rip Trippers, so, Jimmy James is saying you can't send him in the yard rig mod. Sorry, Steven.
Well, if we're going to be fair, if he was actually Rip Trippers, he wouldn't accept the rig mod because it's actually a great device. No.
Oh.
I didn't get paid for this. Oh, man. I love this. If we ever blow up, Adam, as far as the Amigos go and stuff like this, when we get famous, I'm so sorry for right now.
I just changing tune. I need to say thank you because look what I got.
Oh, Adam got the logo vape hat that we were going to give to you guys. No, did you see it earlier when I was talking shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. No, Adam actually didn't take it from you guys. I like to give Adam a hard time because he's so wholesome. But
yeah, just so everyone knows, Chris made me buy it, by the way.
No, he didn't. And so, I guess we'll call it even trade with the coils. No, so if you guys don't know, Baristos coils are available in the United States and we wholesale to the whole world from localvape.com. Amigos 20 saves you 20% off your whole order. Their sales always going on, but real shit though, when I got a bunch of the stuff to give to you guys from co-workers and friends, I got that hat. And I wanted to make sure, I'm not even lying, so I posted a thing in our little group chat with just us, the Amigos. And I was like, oh, this is some cool shit we can give away. Shout out to Vape Daily, also giving us some stuff we'll give away in the future. I was like, oh, Bob will give the stuff away. And Adam was like, oh, I want that hat. But I knew he was going to say that, so I threw it off to the side and I sent it to him. And Adam was like, no, don't you send that to me, you blimey motherfucker, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to make sure because of the fact that Adam is getting his coils sold by Local Vape, and you guys know where I work, so I'm not trying to suck that D, but to be real talk, it's a great company in the community. I want to make sure Adam had something that was a part of the community. Adam is a part of Local Vape now, so.
I felt slightly uncomfortable when you were like, I'm sending it to you, and I was like, oh my god.
Adam is the nicest piece of crap I've ever met. I want to send him stuff and all this stuff. He's like, oh no, send it to the poor kids in Africa. I'm like, no man, you need a hat. No, but shout out to Raven, by the way. She hit in the chat. She was out earlier. Back wrenching.
Oh, awesome sauce.
But yeah, so if you guys didn't know.
What state is Raven in?
Raven is in Utah.
What happened in Utah?
Utah actually, so we talked about this earlier, me and Glenn. Utah actually passed a bill, I believe. Actually, I don't know the exact verbiage or what it is. But what happens is, now in Utah, you can only buy vape products from a specialty tobacco licensed retailer, which is vape shops. So you can't buy a Juul in a gas station. You can't buy a Blue Cig in a gas station, which means if they thought that they had any kind of teen problem, and this is me putting a lot of faith in the vape shops there, that it's going to go away because now it's only in vape shops that you can buy vaping products, period.
Yep.
Have they implemented T21 in Utah?
I don't know about that, Raven. If you're in the chat and you hear that, T21, if that's a thing. And that's another thing I want to shout out. The governor of Arizona, there's one of the most vape-friendly states as well. The governor there only passed a T21, in which I can agree with. To a degree, get it. You could join the military and go off to war and die for your country at 18. But the only vape regulation they put on it was T21. And besides that, he has no plans whatsoever to change any vape laws. And he wants to leave flavors accessible to adults.
Yeah. Raven's saying that the stores will be closing. So this hasn't changed from a couple of days ago, like when...
I didn't know that, Raven. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm not willing to give out the needed license.
Oh, so they're doing bureaucracy bullshit. Never mind. Sorry, guys. I thought it was good news.
I mean, it's a municipality issue, so I'm sure that'll get sorted out at a later date.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Keep faith up. Keep hope up, because, they got to work it out. And there's no way that they could deny all the licenses whatsoever if they're going to have it being a functional industry.
Yeah. Like,
I did the same here.
A license... Oh, go ahead, man.
Oh, sorry, man. I was just going to say, like when we had our legislation changed, they did the same here. So they made vape stores buy tobacconist licenses. Yeah.
And unfortunately, like if it goes like it does here with Nevada with weed laws, just as a comparison, it's kind of pay to play. It sucks that you would have to pay to play, but at least it will keep it available to a degree.
Yeah. There was a lot of kickback because people set up vape stores because they were trying to get away from tobacco, obviously combustibles. So I know it from this is anecdotal, but from a personal friend who owns a vape store, they were very hesitant to get the license, but at the end of the day, it still meant that they could open and that they could still help
provide products.
So yeah, as much as they hated it, they did it. But the city made it, our government is still making it accessible for those stores to get those licenses. So if Utah is trying to do the, funny buggers by not allowing anyone to get the license or overpricing it so much that most stores can't afford it, that's not okay. Stephen Sard here says technically it's unconstitutional for them to do that. VTA should fight it and should win, or would win. So fingers crossed. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Just real fast to hit the chat. Jangles, Kevin was here. He was here earlier. We started the stream like 7 hours ago. Where the fuck you been? Anyways, but yeah. So, no, I love you, Jangles. You're the man. But yeah, so like, if they're gonna try and drown you in bureaucracy, because I think Utah tried to pass last year because we were doing it here in the Nevada with the 30% tax on wholesale. They were trying to do like a ridiculous amount. I think it was like 90%, 94% maybe tax, which is insane because if you guys don't know, at wholesale levels, there's not that much of a big wiggle room. And I understand a lot of people in the industry, a lot of us are consumers, but it doesn't really help anyone because if you were a company, you might have to push it down to the consumer, or you might have to bite that bullet, which means that you won't be able to pay your bills. Long story short, what Raven's saying about this, hopefully it'll be available to some shops, or if it'll suck if they have to pay to play. But if there are companies out there that can pay to play, at least it'll be accessible to you at the detriment of your wallet.
Can I ask a question? Is Utah, Arizona, and Nevada all neighboring states?
Yes, we're all conjoined states. Well, not conjoined. Sorry, I'm thinking of twins. No, we're all touching states. Yeah, we all share borders.
Yeah. 86% wholesale tax is what they want, Chris.
Yeah, and that's insane because like here, even so in Nevada, they proposed a 30% wholesale tax, which is a huge markup alone. 86% is just way too much. There's with wholesale distributors, there's no profit margin or anything like that because most of the time, like I said, I don't run a business, so don't take my stuff as legal word. But from what I do know from my small experiences, that maybe you get a 30% markup on most products.
Yep.
Which is not that great. So a lot of times you'll find cities and states trying to bury you in the tax. Utah handles my balls apparently, says Raven. I lived in Utah for a little bit. It was beautiful.
It's gorgeous, but there's some strange folks there. I mean, not gonna bash on the Mormons too much, but they're weird motherfuckers.
And that's the thing, is like you can't say it's a whole group thing, but if you've ever lived in Utah, you know it's a whole group of Mormons.
So how does everyone feel about, the situation of being taxed? Like, I understand 86% is a pretty ridiculous number, but let's just say that the only way to get through is to be taxed. How do you both feel about that?
So, sorry, hey, Glenn, you can go ahead and go first if you want. Sorry, I'm long-winded.
Granted, the tax rates will probably be ridiculous. It's a small price to pay to have accessibility, and e-liquids and hardware are already, for the most part, affordable enough that it shouldn't be too detrimental to everybody's wallets.
Yeah.
And sorry, I'm not cutting you off, right?
No, not at all.
Because I'm drunk, guys, and I'm high. It's legal. Anyways, so here's my personal opinion with it is like, if you can tax it at a reasonable level, because I understand that the states have this MSA money and all that stuff like that, right? They're losing. Excuse me. Of course, you're not going to be able to tax vaping at the degree to where it's going to make up for that, because you had super high expectations of these numbers of the stuff. But if you were able to tax the vaping industry at a reasonable number, in a reasonable level, like I honestly would say maybe, and like I said, I don't sell juice, I don't make juice, I have no real opinion on this that's legit, but if it were coming from me personally, from what I have seen, is 15% tax on it, and then of course you're not going to make up the buku bucks you're missing on the MSA, but it's a fair enough tax to let us pay to play, because this is the country that we live in. It's a pay to play. That's all it is. Whether it's politicians, whether it's local politics, whether it's a company, whether it's a business, whether it's even a monopoly, even on a strip mall here in Las Vegas. I won't get into that. Sorry, I'm rambling. But what will happen is you cannot create a monopoly on a certain level, so you have to pay to play. So if you're willing to do it at a reasonable level, then yes, please tax us, because I don't feel like the vaping industry should be under the tobacco deeming rules or anything like that. Because I understand nicotine comes from tobacco, but it's not the same process of whether you ingest or the same process of actually making the product. So tax us at our own special rate, but like here in Nevada, like what we went through, is that they had that whole thing and they proposed a new bill, which, well, honestly, like I had so much hope and it looked like it was going to fail. They ended up bundling us in as a tobacco product.
So what's the tax on cigarettes? Is it different in every state?
The tax on cigarettes is different in every state depending on what state you're in, obviously. So, like, it's going to change. Like, as here in Las Vegas, back when I was still a smoker, I could buy a pack of Newports, which are pretty expensive cigarettes, which is what I used to smoke all the time. It'd be about $7 or $8. I went to Arizona, the next neighboring state, to where I was going to take photos of a friend's wedding that I was in the military with, and they were $12 for the same pack.
Yeah.
So it's differing tax per state.
There are some states that are worse than others. Like New York is ridiculous.
It's like $17 for a pack of cigarettes. When like here in Las Vegas, I'm not gonna lie to you, I can hit an Indian reservation, and I can get a carton of cigarettes for about $24.
Yeah, like whenever I was still in the reserve, I had to drive to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's rates were ridiculous, so I would drive 20 minutes to Ohio and buy my cigarettes there because the tax rate wasn't nearly as steep.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy. Mowgli is saying something about tax per milligram, not per milliliter. I agree with that. It's pretty freaking reasonable. Yeah.
That's very reasonable, especially because a lot of there's been some proposals, but I haven't seen it pass anywhere, where they're talking about taxing you on nicotine content. So Juuls and stuff like that would be taxed a lot more than your average house brands. Say personally, I use Anarchist 2 milligrams, which would be a smaller amount compared to pod systems, which have 50 mg, right, and stuff like that. But what they did to they were talking about maybe passing something like that here in Nevada. Instead, they did a floor tax. So what happens is when a company manufactures the juice, they have to pay a tax, and then say you're a distributor, right? You also have to pay a floor tax. A floor tax is any product that's on your shelf, you have to pay a 30% tax on what you charge for that product. with its shelf shelves. So you want to be a socked up and ready company. So if company like shops are buying from you, you're paying a tax just to have products sit on your shelf.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Tick Begins is saying higher penalty for growing tobacco than it is for heroin here in Australia. Absolutely. And I mean, just again, I've said this a couple of times, but our tobacco excise is more than our petrol excise in this country. So,
and that's insane, man. And like the worst part was like, you know, I know it was 2011. I was overseas with a bunch of Australians when I served in the military. I went to Afghanistan, and it seemed like, and I know that, you know, it's an ignorant opinion because, you know, it's word of mouth, but that Australia was very forward thinking, very progressive with stuff like that, and it's just so disappointing to hear how they are treating vape laws.
Yeah. Fuck.
Did you mess up?
Right.
No, I'm just like all of this. It's, you know, I mean, you get positive, and then you get some good news, and then you hear something else, and now I'm thinking about Raven and the people of Utah, and I'm just like,
And I know, like, you know, I'm a little bit more optimistic than most people that are talking about this stuff with vaping and related to anything, you know, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, stuff like that. It's gonna be rough, guys. It's gonna be fucked, and it's gonna be fucked for a long time. I'm guessing maybe another year. But after that, I guarantee you, like, call me on it, and if I'm wrong, every single one of y'all, I'll give you guys $10 each. I'm not bullshitting you. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through it. There's no way that you can alienate, just in the United States alone, over 10 million vapors to stop doing this. And then worldwide, if you add all those numbers up, I'm no mathematician, but I'm going to assume around 20 million that, you know, worldwide, that this is the only place that these problems are happening, and they're getting the mainstream attention that they need. Fox News alone, I get it, it was the one guy's piece, but Fox News alone was able to come on and defend vaping to a degree. Excuse me. If you know anything about American politics, as much as you may hate it, but Fox News is a tastemaker for American politics. They went on there. It is what it is, man. I don't call them news. I call it more of a casual. Anyways.
yeah.
But they came on and they defended vaping, and now you see other mainstream news medias doing that. What was it? It was CBS was the first. Fox News now, and then now you have ABC News in the morning doing that stuff, which is most of the people that are the people voting in the United States, which is the older generation, your Gen X and all that shit. You know, it's everyone that's above a millennial that actually go out there and vote and do that stuff. And now we're realizing that if we vote and we actually go out there and make our voice heard, it'll make a difference to a degree. That we're all rising up. It's insane. And the best part is to bring it all back around like a Netflix comedy special. Wired UK thought that this whole thing with people making Twitters to support something they actually care about was a fucking sham.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad.
But
they won't even respond to the tweets. I haven't even seen a response.
Oh, of course, they will never respond to it. They're a mainstream media source, which means that anything they say will be scrutinized. So they will not reply in the simple fact that anything they say will be scrutinized from one side or the other.
Yeah.
What's really got me this week is that NPR News and the 1A podcast, which is an affiliate of the NPR News now, has been streaming interviews that they've done with Emily Baumgartner, who is the medical industry consultant for LA Times. And every time they air the interview with her, it's nothing but staunch anti-vaping propaganda.
And the worst part is with most mainstream sources, they'll try to say that they play both sides by doing stuff like that. But obviously, one opinion will get a lot more attention than the other. And you're a fellow American, Glenn, and you also serve in the military, so I think that you can see beyond the facts of what people say and what they mean. And so with what's going on with this stuff is what they're doing is they're throwing this at people, seeing if it fucking sticks. Mainstream media doesn't give a shit whether you're a vapor or not. What they're trying to do is see what sticks to where they're going to get their views or they're going to get the fucking people that are going to watch their stuff. And right now, it's a hit and miss because, like you said, there's one mainstream media source that's putting out bullshit. There's one that's putting out actual factual information. And so we're going through this fight right now to where we got to fight the average civilian person that does not vape, whether a smoker, whether or not a smoker. They're the opinions of the people that we actually need.
Well, that was still good advice. I'm sure everyone's already seen this. Sorry, Glenn. Go and watch Gruden's situation on how to social media. Tag news outlets, tag those people, tag doctors, tag whoever, tag everyone else other than your audience.
Vape group.
It's a very important thing.
Yeah, I think they need to expand the character count for tweets because to get a coherent thought through is nearly impossible.
Was it so? Not to disrespect any of your guys' efforts on Twitter, but personally, I will never ever Twitter because I feel like it's cancer. Social media cancer. But it's what 150 characters, right?
But this is the expanded version. It used to be shorter.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, and everyone was up in arms. Oh my God, we've got 40 more characters. It was huge news.
The whole 40 characters. It's like half a sentence.
Yeah.
I think it was 40. It was something like that. Yeah, it was like half a sentence, and everyone was like, this means more because I'm stupid, and when I try and say something, I say it in 14 sentences as opposed to 2 concise, to the point sentences. But in the same vein, this makes the elevator pitch, your own elevator pitch, more is the word succinct, more concise. So you can say 3 things and and debate the point pretty well. It's just when you're like me and you do a long thread going, I'm so angry and this is why, and also I want to tell you this and here's my feels and
Exactly. Imagine if something like a barista competition would have that kind of limitation, never get a point across.
Well, that's what happens. You end up writing 10,000 words, and the actual final 15 minutes might be 1,500 words if you're lucky. Yeah. Oh, coffee. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you guys don't know, Adam's obviously in Australia where it's in the morning time and it's nighttime for me, so my coffee is beer. Shout out to Keto, he's going to bed. But real talk, I want to throw it out real fast. George D said, Adam, a.k.a. Breestones, damn your coils, crack and pop. Love them.
I just saw that. I just responded. Thank you, George. I don't know who George is. Thank you, George.
Yeah, I haven't seen that name in the chat before, so welcome if this is your first time. If it's not, I don't know why you're back. No. The Friday Politics Show. By the way, I know we're like 2 hours in. Frames Janklin Vapor. If you guys haven't seen any of his stuff, the Green Room and all that stuff, awesome ass dude. He actually just got monetized again. Check out his shit. Also, great advocacy stuff. And I watch his streams every Friday. They have fun games, all that shit. So Frames Janklin.
Again?
What's that? Yeah, he got monetized again. Actually, I actually sent money. I'm not transfer credit, but I did.
Right.
Yeah, so he got monetized again. So shout out to Frames Janklin Vapor. If you guys haven't seen him on YouTube, check him out. Bitchin' ass dude.
Yeah, shout out.
He's the only guy I gotta compete with in the vape world with a mustache.
If Glenn went a little bit far on the clippers there, he'd smash all of you.
Yeah.
I think for the rest of the year, I'm going to try to let it grow out if it doesn't get too unruly.
Do you guys do Movember?
I do Movember.
Yep.
Last year, I think I donated to. I did it myself, had a page, and then I also donated to Evan Dahl of In Hearts Waves fundraising campaign.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. I cannot do the mustache. I would rather.
So actually, Adam, if we, I'm drunk right now, right? So I'm just gonna throw ideas out there, and I'm gonna put you on the spot. So if we did like a no shave until December thing, would you be down for that? And then every week, if we get people to like maybe donate or something, would you do it? I'll make a real plan.
Fuck you, Chris.
You came onto the Friday Fallout knowing full well what a shit show this would be. The Friday Fallout is on Friday for a reason. Legion's never watched one.
Because he's smart.
Yeah, and your dumbass is here.
I'm just here to support the community, yo. I wasn't here for truth or dare.
No, I appreciate it. And honestly, like you guys, if you don't know, Adam's, he's in Australia, so usually he's doing handling real life shit, but he's here tonight with us. And as always, we had Kevin earlier, which, like I said, I don't know if you were watching when I said it, but I'm so glad that I was able to swipe all the rest of the amigos to get Kevin by myself. Because Kevin's the one that got me on here. Kevin, so I work at Local Vape. Kevin used to come in all the time, and we would just bullshit, talk random stuff. And then one day he was like, hey man, I got a YouTube show, blah blah, you should come on to it. I'm so new to this shit. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm full of myself, but I never did YouTube. And so Kevin was like, oh, blah blah, come on our show. I did it with Adam, I did it with Kevin, and I did it with Chuck. Excuse me. A year later, here we are, guys.
A year? What?
It's been about a year.
No.
Yeah.
Shit.
We're like 3 months away, bro.
Wow. What are we going to do for that?
I don't know. We'll do a bitchin' giveaway.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, my thong. Thong. No.
Yeah. We'll shave the mustache and we'll give that away to the
I'll donate it to the Nigerian Kids Without Mustaches Foundation.
Oh, wow.
All right. But if you guys don't mind chilling for a quick second, Vandal break, is that all right?
Go on, Chris.
All right. You guys got it? All right.
So, in the world of Breestones, is there anything that we can expect on the U.S. front as far as expansion of your white label, or are we just looking at the current offerings?
No. So yes, the answer is yes. I am going to. Obviously, the Alien is the thing that I do, so I am going to change or increase the range and have a couple of other specs. So likely going to be triple 26s, triple 27s, and triple 28s. So that there will be that situation. I'm actually building now triple 27s, which I do kind of for the Blotto. I wanted that situation to have 3mm ID and a little higher resistance for the Blotto, something a bit bigger. But yeah, and triple 28s do them at a 2.5 so that people can run that lower resistance, I guess, in a mech. So and an MTL coil might be in the works as well. So yeah, same again. I just want to have not too many. I mean, there's a lot of very good coil builders who have a ginormous catalog of equipment, and that's not really what I want to do. I just want to do a couple of things really well, and maybe those specs 26, 27, 28, keep it around that situation. So yeah, and an MTL, but I'm still working on the MTL. That's such a personal thing, I think. So yeah.
Right. Have you thought about doing something for like series stacks? No. I did some series coils for a friend in the US, and no. That's a lot of wire to go through just for one set of coils. If I'm being fair.
I don't know. I mean, I get that people use series and all that sort of thing. I just same again. There's a lot of very good builders who are already doing those big builds. So I think it's just better if I do something because again, I guess you can use my coils in a bunch of stuff, and that was really what I was trying to do is, make something that could be for a little bit for a cross section of devices, as opposed to these are just really, for battery power, or these are just for regulated, or this is just for whatever. Because yeah.
Hey, can I say something? I know I'm coming in and interjecting, but if you guys don't understand how much that Adam really cares about his products and what he puts into it. Did you just not just hear everything right there? That he is so self-critical that he will not push out anything that he does not believe in. Amigos 20 on localvape.com, Breeze Tones Coils.
Brett Wombatsky 4x28s. Man, I'm not touching those because those are your build, and you should be doing those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're up.
Speaking of 28s, I've got a big old single in here tonight. It's a 9-wrap triple 28. See if I can get close enough.
I got a single coil.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I can't get good focus on this to save my life.
But you're doing it from your phone, which also, shout out to Glenn, if you guys didn't know, is streaming from his motherfucking phone to hang out with us.
Yeah, hopefully I can get a Mac sometime next year so I can put up the phone.
So that's my thing. I'm all Apple products, everything. And so I went and I bought this shit for the stream stuff. Not shit, it's an investment. I appreciate you guys being here. And I really love doing these shows with you guys. So, so I ended up investing in with some other stuff. But bro, MacBook's where it's at.
Yeah. And if I don't do that, I'll at least get a GoPro and try to use the dual function so I can have zoom up and be able to look at the chat at the same time.
Yeah.
Like right now I've got Zoom on my phone and I've got the live chat streaming on my TV.
Nice.
But you figured it out. Yeah. By the way, Adam, Shane says give away some Breeze Totes coils in the 1 year. Hint, 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 hint.
I will have to check if legally how that will all work. Being an SA
Legally, we'll just call it flashlight parts.
Yeah. Guitar strings. Yeah, jewelry wire. Yeah.
Jangle says you'll never be back on. Jangles, you know what? Fuck it. It's a shit show. It's Friday Fallout. If you give me your email, you can come on. You piece of crap.
Yeah.
But why won't Jangles come back? Let's go.
At least you're not a drag today.
Me or Jangles?
That wasn't drag.
Yeah.
That was Friday night.
That was a little too weird for my taste. Funny.
What are you talking about? The drag, yeah. So here's the thing. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I know no one's going to really watch it this deep into the show anyways, if they do catch a replay, or anyone here now. If you're here, then you're a real supporter, so it doesn't matter. I have no idea what the fuck content to give you guys. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. I really enjoy entertaining you guys. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very boring. I'm very basic. So you know where my mind goes to, because I was an 80s kid and I was born in that? Put a fucking wig on with some shitty lipstick and you guys will laugh at my plight. That's it. But here's the thing. The worst part was, so tonight, I was on the Amigos YouTube and I went to different chats. And I was on the different shows. I went and checked out James Frames Janklin, in the green room. And I also hang out with the Vaping with the Omies. What's the one that's tonight? What, Adam,
I'm sorry, I was replying to chat. You were hanging into what?
What's this show that usually goes on before us tonight?
That would be the green room?
The green room and then the other one.
Was it That's What She Said?
No, That's What She Says Thursday.
Oh,
Are you talking about on Amigos Monday or Fridays?
I'm talking about tonight, the shows that come on before us.
I only know the green room.
Wow, there's another one. Anyways, I went through and I hung out with all the other chats because, real shit, I get it. We have our own channel and stuff like that, but we're a supportive channel. We want Stew Crew. There we go.
Oh. Okay.
So I went and hung out with the Stew Crew. I hung out in the green room from the Amigos chat. And if you guys didn't know, James Frames Janklin got monetized again. I donated money personally, and also if you can, T Crows donate to his stepdad's funeral costs. Anyways, so we did that, and I'm hitting all this stuff, and so I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and you guys know this because you guys know me. I'm here every fucking Friday with you guys when I am available. I'm new to the vape world. I'm new to the vape scene, but I'm showing support to everybody because I want everyone to show support to us. But real shit, if you guys haven't, Frames Janklin shows so much support. Shout it out tonight. Our show, shout out our channel, shout out the time. If you guys don't know, he has his show on Friday, which is Vaping the Green Room, and it comes on at 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
Check them out, bitching ass people. I'm sorry that I am fucking botching this. I am drunk, Frames. I love you. I donated money. That should count for something. No. But anyways. There's so much in the community right now, with just so many amazing people that are coming together, and like even so, whether it's advocacy or not, these are all people a part of this community that we should all support, because we are a community. We are all family, whether we're directly tied or not. We're all friends. We're all homies, and we have one specific goal: to be able to vape what the fuck we want.
Yeah.
So that's that.
I'll drink to that.
Hell yeah. What you got? What are you drinking? By the way, we're talking about Glenn's coffee page on Instagram. And then
I saw that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's coming along. It's gonna be kind of weird trying to balance that out with work schedule since it's just changed.
Work never, work gets in the way of what you want to do in life. Like that's the main problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's weird because like I used to start work at like 10 a.m. and now they're not having me start till 2:45 p.m. and I'm not getting home till like 10:30 in the evening.
That's late.
Yeah, that's a long day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about your coffee situation. Your brother does he work in hospo?
Yeah, my brother, he's currently a full-time student and works for Happy Creek Coffee and Tea in Purcellville, Virginia.
Yeah.
So he's kind of what inspired me to really dive in and get more involved with coffee, because it's always had a big part of my life since my grandfather introduced it to me at a really young age. The whole goal of this page is like to highlight the unsung hero of the coffee industry, which would be diner coffee, the lovely golden elixir that is batch brew.
Drip.
And engage more with the communities that I visit to do this. Like the coffee itself is just a medium for conversation, and getting to know how that touches the lives of so many people. And if I can work it out, I'd love to find a place where I can get coffee and cherry pie, just to stick with the whole Twin Peaks theme.
So you've seen the page, right, Adam, that he made for his coffee stuff? It's Twin Peaks themed. And like, I'm not gonna lie to you, so I'm not huge on coffee or nothing like that. But like, when I was overseas, all I could get easily accessible besides shitty energy drinks was coffee. And coffee and apple pie, like you just said. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mwah, mwah. I'm Italian chef. Mwah, mwah. It's delicioso.
Mowgli is asking me, do I even like coffee? No, I do not, sir.
Now, if only we could find a place around here that would do something like what you do at Intersection with the Filter for Coffee Fridays. That seems like an extremely reasonable deal.
Yeah, it's, even in the market here in Australia, I'm pretty biased, but we're very lucky in Australia with higher end coffee. It's still just a cup of coffee for people. So the reality is, when you serve something, super fruity or whatever, they're like, this isn't coffee. So, it was just set up as a way to engage people in, probably the purest way to brew a cup of coffee, So
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's we do it at a loss, or not a loss, but at basically just to get people engaged in it, and
almost at cost.
People are like, oh, cheap coffee.
Yeah. Now, how does that? I don't want to know how
We lose
Twitter
Chris?
is.
Or is it
I
me?
think Chris. I'm not sure. I think Chris is still in here.
I'm here.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that was just me.
okay, so how's the commodity market affecting prices in Australia, if you don't mind me asking?
Horrifically. Horrifically. But, there are people trying to do the right thing by responsibly sourcing and being transparent about the buying. So, we have a huge market, particularly per capita, of places available to buy coffee per capita, considering our population is so small, but the vast majority of them are not, doing that. They're offering coffee at the same price as, as people that are trying to do the right thing. So the reality in value creation is, I guess, the biggest part of, it's like any industry, right? You just want people to use something better, or pay, that down the line, down that chain, that, everyone is getting a fair price. So whether it's coffee or whether it's vape products or, I don't know, anything that you're in, it's that, how to create value. Because in that industry, surely there are people that have brand belief or will pay, something for it simply because of the brand that's on it, So when you have something that is of a higher quality and it doesn't have, that brand belief, it's much harder to, justify or help educate. And I don't like to use the word educate because no one wants to be educated. They just want to share the experience, right? So
Right.
Sharing and the appreciation, or if that's knowledge or whatever it is, that's purely the situation of that. And we're not, like Mowgli is saying, $40, for a cup of sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Like there are places you can go and buy, geisha or experimental process for, $10 and up per cup. But the reality is, again, how do you engage that regular person who comes in who's a milk beverage drinker to come in and spend, $25 on a cup of natural geisha? It's
Right.
they're not going to buy it. So getting someone to pay $1 more for a very, very good cup, that's more approachable and that creates value as opposed to like, hey, this is something you can only have once a year or once for this crop and that's completely it. I gotta shut up because I'm old coffee jaded guy.
You're okay.
Yeah, appreciates that. I think that it's really hard to find people that are even interested in naturals nowadays without trying to explain anything to them. Like, it's just
but if it was wine,
right? Oh Lord, heaven forbid if people don't have to get all fancy with wine but shit on everything else. Pardon my French.
yeah. I say. What's going on in chat? There's lots of things going on in chat. Sorry, we were talking then. George D is getting crazy with some coils. Yes, they are hard to make, my friend. Absolutely. Jamaican Blue Mountain all year long. $40 a pound. $40 US a pound. Sorry.
Seems fair. I think I just got a couple bags in from 40 weight roasters, and I think they were $15 for 12 ounces, and I still don't feel like that was paying enough to justify the quality of it. It's awesome.
Yeah. See, you already have created value in something, so you would be happy to pay a little bit more. That's the.
Oh, absolutely. I've had discussions with Emeka Motoyoshi and Lisa Barr on creating value with the industry.
Yeah.
And try how people perceive that. It's just so much information to process.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like telling people that vaping is better for you than combustibles.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah. So why is it better? Well, take a seat.
That's the worst part. So like I Uber to work every day, right? And I get in the car and people they just be out of like common courtesy, like, oh, what do you do for a living? Social media advertising and marketing for a vape company. Oh, vaping, that stuff's bad, right? And I just don't have the time in a 15-minute ride to explain why they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah. So Public Health England.
Yeah. They're putting vape shops in the hospitals in the UK, but you know what? Otherwise, it's bad. I'll kill you.
Yeah. Like, I've had to explain the whole situation to my mother, and she lives in the UK, so you'd think that information would be more readily available to her than
anyone
everywhere
else
in the world.
Yeah. There's still plenty of Andes out there, though. Same in New Zealand, we talk about those places being the havens for vapors, but there's still plenty of resistance against them as well.
Yeah. There is a lot of hope for places like New Zealand, especially with amazing people like Dr. Glover out there fighting for us.
Yeah. Jingle-lang.
What is up?
Yeah, guys, welcome to the Friday Fallout. It's a shit show. We're inviting everybody. I like to give Jingles a lot of shit, guys. Just so you know.
Going to or do?
Well, why not both?
Yeah, I want to give Jangles a shout out for that post he did earlier this week, or was it late last week, where he did some natural landscape photos in the area where he lives in Georgia.
Oh, that's in South Carolina.
South Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh, that's still gorgeous.
Right on the border of North Carolina, northeast Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Right by Rosman.
Jingling, I can't understand anything you're saying. How about a webcam just to flip you off, asshole?
I think I'm going to have to switch out because my battery is dying. So before I leave, I'm just going to say thanks for having me on.
Yeah, and no, Adam, thank you for coming by, man.
I appreciate the conversation, man.
Of course, thanks to everyone in chat. Big love. Stay strong.
Adam Lee. Hell it is.
Yeah, as soon as you come on. Thanks a lot, Jingles.
Yeah, fuck everything up. How I roll.
How's
But-
it going your way, man?
It's going. Been moving all day. Can't sleep. I tried. The last
Happens to the best of us.
I guess I'm pretty good there. But I must be great. No, that's been a long day.
All right, so we're gonna invite Raven and we're gonna invite Kathy in.
Ooh, right on.
Not Raven.
Who do we still have in chat?
Here's me.
You guys got entertained. I'm trying to type while I'm inebriated. It's a bad time.
What? You look like you're having immense amounts of fun, my guy.
Nah. So, anyways, Django, what's up, man?
Not much. Been moving all day.
Are you moving to a new house?
No, we're having stay with my mother-in-law. She's not doing real well. So we had to come stay with her. And she's not going in a nursing home, so.
Yeah, it's better to have her with family than in an environment where there's potential abuse and
Alone.
negligence. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's not doing well as it is, and she sure wouldn't do good in a nursing home.
Yeah.
She's got dementia real bad.
That's hard. That's a really difficult thing to cope with.
When I drink enough, I don't remember what I did.
That don't count.
It does count.
No.
Legally, it doesn't, but whatever.
That's just dumbassedness.
Hey, whatever.
Argue with that.
There's been I've had plenty of times where I've drank enough I don't remember. Like that time I threw up in the back of a Lyft driver's car.
Oh, that's a big fee, too.
Oh yeah,
It's like $150.
it's ridiculous, and the driver doesn't see any of it.
Yeah. So I Uber to work every day on Monday through Friday. But obviously I'm not inebriated at that time because I'm going to work. But yeah, if you puke or like get fucked up in an Uber, it's a $150 fee. By the way, shout out to Raven in the live stream.
What?
Right on.
Suck.
Wow.
You guys remember the 90s, the Budweiser commercials? What's that?
I miss Bubba as a frog.
Dangles, wake the ass up. It ain't time to sleep, it's party time.
What I got?
You don't have one.
Jingles.
I got a permanent bird. It won't bend.
Permanent bird.
What's
A
pretty?
permanent bird. Gibber.
Yep.
Haven't you heard?
If you guys didn't know, I like to pick on Jingles. So, anyways, we're dragging this on late. How is everyone doing?
How,
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
how many? Does anybody have a count on how many people we still have in the chat with us?
I can maybe look right now. Participants. We actually have like more than like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have about 10 people here. Unfortunately, you guys have nothing better to do. I'm so sorry.
I really don't.
Hey, it's my weekend. I do diddly shit.
Yeah, that's my thing. I work Monday through Friday, so like instead of going out and getting drunk at like downtown Las Vegas, I get drunk with you guys.
Hey.
Hey, hey. It saves me a lot of money.
Get your ass in here, bitch.
I can't be very loud because everybody is asleep except me.
Right on.
David. No excuses, laundry.
Laundry. I hate doing laundry. I mean, I love doing laundry, but I hate doing it now because I don't have a hookup here in my apartment, so I have to like travel to do it. Huge bummer.
I don't mind doing laundry actually. That's the only thing I can do. That and cook.
Yeah, laundry day is one of those few days where I can go out and count all the meth heads walking up and down the street.
Oh wow, Middle America.
Woo!
East America.
But we used to have this game where my ex and I, when we travel anywhere, just to like go sightseeing or have nothing else to do, we play Spot the Meth House.
It's not hard to do.
Yeah, but if it
A triple wide.
That's doubled up single wide.
2 single wides that have been put together.
Yeah, doubled up single wide. I know someone listened to it, but he actually wasn't a meth head, believe it or not.
So Jangles, what are you vaping on? And then we'll go on to Raven.
What am I vaping on? I got my squid double barrel and what is this thing? OBS engine from RTA and some lemon curd. Just Jason on Instagram. But anyway, I got some lemon curd he made for me. Pretty good.
Nice, nice. Raven?
You don't have a double
Yeah.
barrel.
What am I vaping on?
Yeah, you just filled it up.
Or not double barrel.
Fuck you, Jingles.
Wow.
I'm vaping on Clown's Blue Sin in the profile. And I'm doing Humble Strawberry Custard with Graham in the free max.
Nice.
Nice.
Sounds tasty.
Yep. I've got some Nom Nom Mango Sticky Rice
Ooh.
from Gold Leaf Drip. Shout out to Grim Green for dropping some names on this last week, actually. And I've got that on in my Goon 25 with a single 9-round 28-gauge alien.
Nice.
Gooners don't get along too well.
Hello, Miss Kathy.
Hello. How are we all?
There we go. We got Kathy doing the voice chat, guys. You won't see her, but you'll hear her.
Yep. How is everybody?
Good, good. Thank you, Kathy, for joining in.
Thank you for allowing me.
Oh, stop. All right, so let's see. How many participants do we have right now?
Oh, he's a bit.
We have a very small group, so
So then everybody left.
yeah. Well, Kevin left. He was the that spice of the show.
I'm surprised that we've had as many people on tonight as we have.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show.
It dropped down to about 13 and then went back up to 24. So it was good.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the link for the giveaway. Since it's a very small group, let's do another giveaway for an RDA.
Ooh.
Let me try and find the link for the giveaway though, because I don't remember how to do the randomizer.
What RDA you giving away this time?
Let me type it in first. There we go. We got that. And then let's see. Wow. I don't remember this being that complicated.
You are quite inebriated, my man.
You were not drunk the last time either, I don't think.
I'm more drunk than I was last time, that's for sure.
I can say this, at least Glenn, Chris, and Jangles aren't a pussy like Steven Sard and isn't afraid to come in here.
Ooh.
Pussy.
I won't. Hey, I'm not. Advanced settings. So let's see. We got here, pregnant religion. Identifier. X1. Alright, so we've got like 4 people in here.
That's one.
So, fuck it. What we will do is we'll give away this Coil Art RDTA, excuse me,
Oh.
right here. And then if you're in the chat, but if you're on video right now, excuse me, so Jingles, Raven, and Glenn, you guys cannot enter. X1 in the chat.
Well, I can't enter in anything because I've already told Chuck that I'm exempting myself from all future giveaways.
Didn't say one. Does that mean I can still enter?
That mod Monday for the week, but
On that note, cheers to another successful Friday Fallout.
Thank you guys.
yep, Vandal Man for it.
So yeah, if you guys aren't a part of the Amigos Facebook group, we have Chuck had surgery, but he's doing great. He's doing well. He's gonna heal, but he probably won't be here for a long time. So unfortunately, you guys gotta deal with me.
Is it so his mouth shut?
Not. We were not that lucky.
Shit.
Not quite lovely face.
So it's the contest is between George, Mowgli, and Great Wombatsky so far.
No, let's see. Well, we got Jimmy James in there too.
Come on, Steven Sard, get an X1 in there.
Yeah, toss those X1s in there, and then you'll get that Coil RDA and RDTA, and I can't tell you how to use it because I don't fucking know.
Steven Sard don't get one. Taylor don't like it.
George says you might as well just send it to me. Yeah. Who's watching the replay with the sound on?
I'm muted, put in mic.
I can hear myself, and I sound terrible. Whichever one of you are watching that, it's probably Kathy. I don't know. Yeah, I can hear repeats on a replay. I think it's Kathy. No offense, Kathy.
I'm sorry.
You're good. So yeah, there we go. X1 if you're here. So like all 3 of you.
Sure did. Give them all 3 one. You got a supply. Give them all 3 one.
I think I have enough for that, but I'm trying to spread it out. Come on, Jingles. This is a plan here. There's a plan here. I gotta make it entertaining for people to come back next week.
I'm sure that everybody will come back next week.
Not if I come on, they won't. I'll leave.
Oh, that's why Monday's the more legit show. That's why you'll never be on a Monday. No.
Imagine how crazy Fridays would be if we all came in with jock straps on our foreheads.
Come on, keep them excellent ones going.
Yeah, keep them going. All 4 of you.
Come back in about an hour or so. Keep excellent for the next hour.
Better odds.
Yeah. Stack them numbers.
Please say where the fuck did the Facebook group link go?
So the Facebook thing, like originally, I didn't. So we had no control. You normally over the Facebook thing that was created by Chuck, and so normally the Facebook thing is more or less Patreon and like super close like donators to the channel. But we're gonna open that up. We're gonna add anyone to it. So if you guys want to be a part of the Facebook group, please let me know. And I will add you to it. If you have a Facebook page, send it to me, except for Jingles. And we will start that going. But yeah, so X1, please, for this one right here, this Coil Art RDTA. I can't tell you what the fuck to do with it. You guys have to figure it out. So please know what the fuck you're doing when you're doing it. I didn't give it to you for you to get yourself electrocuted. If you get electrocuted, that's your own dumbass fault.
Electrocuted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. So we got all 4 of the people that are still watching doing X1s. We'll shut it down in 3, 2, 1. When you hear that, please type stop.
Somebody with
And I have a burrito waiting for me.
Thank you.
If you don't get electrocuted, please inbox me and let me know how you did it.
Jingles, shut up.
There you go, shush, you're gonna send me one of them squid double barrels, goddammit.
I think you broke one.
No. You
Just put some tinfoil on it. You'll be alright. Don't take advice from me.
I read the word electrocuted. I did those shocker pins. You hit the button and it knocks the shit out of you.
Yeah, come to think of it, I still haven't bought anything from Squid yet.
I haven't bought anything from Squid. I bought this V2 second hand and
Alright, so we got the winner's numbers. Raven, you choose a number between 1 and 290.
69.
69? Wow. Choose again because there's not one.
Choose another number?
Yeah, no one had that one.
75.
75. Let's see what we got. Mowgli Vapes.
Hey, congratulations.
Congrats, Mowgli.
Congrats, dude.
Mowgli Vapes, you get whatever the fuck this is.
but it's an RDTA.
It's an RDTA.
I'm surprised anybody's still making RDTAs.
Well, this is old. I'm not gonna lie to you. So shout out to, if you guys don't follow him on Instagram, Vape Daily is a friend of mine. He gave me a bunch of products to give away. This is one of them. It's old. It's older, but it's still wrapped up brand new in the packages. So Mowgli, you want it? Shoot me your address info at Chris Vandal on Instagram, and I will send this out on Monday. As well as, I can't remember who won the rig mod, but it's in my inbox.
Probably want a rig mod? The fuck, man?
Yeah, you can't win. Fuck you, Jangles. You suck.
Well, that's beside the point.
But yeah, so Mowgli, make sure you send me your info. Actually, Mowgli, you have me on Facebook. Facebook Messenger is fine as well. Name, address, and I'll get that shipped out to you. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, Rip Trippers won the rig mod. I don't know what the hell you're gonna do with this because it's an RDTA. But if you can use it, then awesome. If you can't, pass it on. Anyways, Mowgli won this one, And like I said, I'm inebriated, so I don't remember who won the rig mod, but it's in my inbox.
Steven.
Steven Sword. He's not here right now, so you won't see this.
No, he busy doing laundry. He doing the woman's
Yeah.
work.
Nah, man. I love doing my own laundry because I know what I want.
My husband.
That's what he said.
Tick Begin says, I need to try mechs. Once you've gone mech, you'll never go back. So here's my thing, the Tick Begins. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and then you got drip. I'd rather just stick with squonk because it's so easy. That's why I went from tanks to squonks. And that's why I enjoy the goat, because it made it easy for me because it's got the goat heads. My focus isn't working. And you can just...
That's not exactly true either, because I use mix and I use regulated.
Yeah, so you're cool. Whatever, Raven. Wow, way to shit on my parade. Okay.
Hey,
If you want to build and have convenience, you could always go the RTA route.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's my thing, is right. So I stopped. I was smoking cigarettes. I started working with where I work, and then I switched over to vaping when we released Pink Lemonade from Anarchist. And then, as far as building products and stuff like that goes, I usually was a smock tank person, smock, whatever you want to call it, because it's easy, the convenience. But now I love the goat because the goat heads are already pre-installed with cotton. You can chop them up, clear your cotton out, put it in, and you either drip it or you can fucking squonk it. And I squonk, and it makes it so much easier.
So I make a mess stronger. Bad. I don't think I'd make a mess with those.
But here's another thing too, is like I feel like I'm a random success story as far as quitting smoking cigarettes to moving the vaping, because I went from smoking Newport 100s to 2 milligram Nick juice, and it's worked for me the whole time.
We're all success stories, really.
No, Jingles, you know what I gotta say? Fuck you. Alright, anyway, okay. No, but yeah. So yeah, that's why I switched over to that. But yeah, make sure you send me your info, your name, your address, and all that stuff. But guys, real shit, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna end the stream in a couple minutes.
Are you not?
Yes, I am. Django, they can kick you out right now. How do I do that?
Don't even know how.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Don't kick me out.
I'm just kidding. But anyways, so make sure you send me your address info if you've won tonight. And Great One Basky says, if anyone here wants to donate to my brother from another mother, Vape Rye's GoFundMe. Vape Rye, if you guys don't know, did amazing vape photos for a bunch of different companies. He passed away like about a week and a half ago. And amazing dude. Please donate. Also, earlier in the chat, we have the T Crows. His stepfather passed away. Please donate if you can.
Smells bad.
But yeah. But yeah, so anyways, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I want to eat my burrito. I'm drunk. I'm gonna leave it at here. So, we're gonna end the stream, or I'm about to end it. Anyways, Glenn, thank you for coming on. Jingles, whatever. No, thank you for coming on. Raven, thank you for coming on as well. We had Kevin earlier. We also had Breeze Tones, bitch last night. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend.
You have a good weekend too, man.